Hey everyone, sorry about that. I may have lost track of time in the kitchen. That's fine. Happy time zone. Just didn't want to take another minute away from y'all. Okay, so we're going to structure things a little bit differently. Well, we're going to structure things the way we were. We got to a nice flow near the end of Gen 1, but we have a structure for today. We're going to start the poll first, and then I'm going to show you what we finished during the week. So then it's like a more effective use of time. So I have for you today 5 beautiful options on screen. That's right, we're getting straight into it. Hi everyone. You're ready? Excellent. Oh, hi everyone. There's so many people here already. Yeah, wow, okay, you guys are keen. All right, today's theme, are you ready? Today's Pokemon are ready for battle. And it'll be funny. I think it's funny. Alright, so let's get this poll started. Sorry, it takes a little while for me to get used to the fact that I'm in a room talking to myself at the start of every stream. And so right now I'm still waiting for you guys to talk back out loud, and sooner or later the part of me that's reading your messages becomes loud enough that I only hear I hear a conversation instead of just myself talking and then waiting awkwardly for an answer. Alright, cool. So options 1, 2, 3, and 4 are going into the poll. As a reminder for anybody who's new here, there are 5 options on the screen, but you can only pick between 4 of them because we get more than one done, and I like to keep the polls nice and full, and YouTube only lets you have 4 options in a poll. So, okay, so yes, the theme is these Pokemon are ready for battle, or heading to battle, or useful in battle. Useful in battle is probably the best. Cool. So with that started, I'm going to chuck the mini options up on the screen so you guys can keep track of that. And we have some very concerned parents here looking for their babies. And I got them all done. They're not up on Patreon yet, but that's because it's been very busy time. It's been a very busy time on Patreon. More on that later. But okay, so last week we started. They found me again. Sometimes none of the colours are boring colour brigade and we work with what we've got. We're just waiting for 5 to unlock. Fair enough. Okay, so a little bit of a confession about our first little one today. So it's Smoochum, but I did end up doing the thing I was threatening to do at the end of last stream, which is going back and shrinking her. Because it turns out Smoochums all have to be female. I'm sorry, I didn't know that last week. And so here's our little girl. She got shrunk. And she's better for it. Hello. And Jinx has her baby. Then next we did Pichu. And so Bolt wasn't sure that he was ready to be a parent, but he got... And so, of course, he ended up with the most musical of children. Got a little tail at the back. Double-sided ears so that they're black on one side and yellow on the other, the way they're supposed to. The little ukulele does come off, but that's all it looks like without it. And Mr. Bones did such a good job on the little guitar that it's perfectly to scale. Don't know how he managed it. So, yes, you can take your child away there. Thank you, sir. And finally, Magma has been very patient. This is the Firecracker. And of course, their child's name is Quackadoodle. Oh, sorry. Smoochum was Raspberry and Pichu was Pip. But this one here is Quackadoodle. And Quackadoodle is a handful. Got his little back spike on there. Got a little tail. His little space buns. Yeah, ma'am, we're going to need you to, body your toddler out of the shop, thank you. I have a little bit too much fun with this. I also finished Gary this week. Sorry, his name is technically Finito. He needs to be up on this cam to see him properly. Because down here, he's a wee bit big. Whop! And of course, he is just a big baby. These children have been at daycare for a week! So yeah. So that's Gary. Gary is very stable. I kind of want to like convert him to, because he'd perch there pretty happily. He'd be the shoulder dragon we've always been wanting. You're gonna, but nah, but nah. So Gary's also done. All right, you guys have had more than enough time to pick an option on this poll. Oh, you picked an interesting one. Thank you guys. Oh, well, let's talk about that real quick. So with Gary finished, that means we've done all of the Gen 1 Pokemon and all of the Gen 1 patterns. So if you are a patron, the Gen 1 document, like the full compiled document, which is it's a mess, but it exists, is up on Patreon right now. It's only staying up there available for download for the patrons for about 2 weeks, and then I'm taking it down just to minimize theft. To be perfectly honest, just to minimize. I found that if you can make things mildly inconvenient for people, they're less likely to steal from you. But I also want to like give you guys the document, so it's only going to be there for 2 weeks. If you're a patron, I've tried to let people know as broadly as possible. You can go and you can get it. It's like 411 pages. It has like 16 different fonts in it because my computer could not handle editing it. But all 151 Pokemon are in there, and all of their notes in their current, like you can download like each week's at a time. They're the exact same pattern notes. They're just all in one massive compendium, so you don't have to worry you've missed any. So yeah, if you're a patron, now's the time to go and grab that, because when it's gone on the 2nd of October, I think I set the date at, it's gone. I'm not putting it back up. Yeah, it's 400 pages. It's written over 3 years. I'm really proud of this document, but it is a very ugly document, okay? I don't want you to open it up thinking it's going to be beautiful and formatted or anything like that. It is rough. It doesn't have a consistent style or a consistent format, and it fought me every step of the way, and I love it to pieces. So, oh yeah, more than a healthy amount of chaos. In fact, I think we've crossed into the point where we've gotten at least double our recommended daily intake of chaos. Yeah. Yes, it was in order. It is in order, and it does have all of the names, and it is, the headings are active bookmarks. So if you open it with a PDF reader and you open your like contents or navigation pane thingy, you can click to just navigate through to the Pokemon you're interested in, and the search function should also work in that regard, which is the only intelligent way to navigate through this document. I do not recommend printing it because even the margins aren't consistent. Enjoy. Yeah, it's not hyperlinked. It's got the active contents. So like, you know how in Word you can open a navigation pane, and in any PDF reader you can normally open like a contents. Those are linked to places in a document. It doesn't have like a page of hyperlinks at the start because, yeah, my PC just could not handle it. Can you know when I'm going to continue my Soul Silver randomizer? Haven't filmed the next episode yet. Probably October. I mean, we're at the end of September now. The next episode will come out probably somewhere in October. I gotta wait for each one of those episodes. I have to wait until I have a 2 weeks, like a video already prepped, so that I can do a 2-week block of just working on one of those. Cool. All right, let's close this poll and get going. You just swap back over to the big one. Should have done that already. Sorry, folks. Okay. Oh, interesting results. So it looks like number 2 was the winner at 44%, followed by number 1 at 24%, number 3 and number 4 tied at 16%. So thank you to everybody who voted. Don't know what size in gigabytes. I don't think it is even measured in gigabytes because I was able to upload it pretty easily. I think it's a megabytes type of thing. You don't think I'd put Pokémon in here? There's honestly, Sour Sprout, there's not that many Pokémon in Gen 2. I think there's like 1 more that we haven't done. Cool. All right, so let's just erase door number 2. I'm getting distracted by you guys. You've got so many questions, but hold please, and I will get to you all in due time. So, door number 2. The theme is that these Pokemon are useful in battle. And this is Fortress. Sounds like a fortress. I know, it's a tenuous link. I like it. I think it's fun. So that will give you a better idea for vote number 2 as to who might be behind some of the other doors. So a fortress is very, very helpful in battle. Of course, it means that we're starting off this week with Clam. 27.5 megabytes. There you go. Silver Alliance might have a new enemy if our combined power is still lost. Wait, there's a Silver Alliance now? Who's the Silver Alliance? Is that where Boring Colour Brigade and the Purple Menaces meet? Am I planning to do the post-game in Soul Silver? I don't know yet. I'm going to wait and see how the next episode goes, because the next episode is arguably the end of, like, the first arc. And depending on how that particular, like, Elite Four battle goes, and the little bit of prep that I have planned to do before it, I'm just going to see, because I'm a little bit conscious that I feel like we might have milked the fun from the concept. That's not to say it's not still entertaining and not still fun, but I feel like with all of Gen 1 being eliminated and now we're like ripping through Gen 2 pretty fast, I think that a fresh challenge might be more the go than continuing on with the same group. A nice little fresh start. But I'm going to wait and see how I feel after the next episode's done. Alrighty, we still got Magby locked and loaded there. We need Fortress, and I don't know the numbers of Gen 2, so you might just have to bear with me. Alright, it's number 205. He is a clam. He is ball, he is small. Most importantly, he is a Fortress. It's a top 20 Pokemon for you. That's exciting. Silver is slightly boring and slightly purple, hence the two combined. Fair enough, nerdy. Yeah, and also, yeah, you're right. We do have to come up with a better way for me to add Pokemon to the team, but I already have plans in that regard. So, I'm going to go on possibly 2 errands before we attempt the Elite Four again. Oh, guys, look! I know this is not news, but after 4 weeks of me complaining about what had happened to my pencil, who was getting a comfortable retirement, I went and I bought my pack of pencils. I now have like 73 of these in my house. I bought a bulk pack. And I'm never going to have to make the purchasing decision around pencils ever again. And that is efficiency. Big pencil! Woo! Exactly. Thank you, Pamela. It would be nice to escape the evolution loops. Exactly. Like, it's reached a point where every time they evolve now, I'm, like, hesitant. I'm not, like, excited because so many of them have betrayed me. Oh, I need reference pictures. Let me see if I can find some. Thank you, Mr. Bones. Alright. We're gonna have to build this guy like a sandwich, I think. My dude's got layers. I can tell you right now, these eyes, they are black circles with white circles stitched onto them. I don't think there's a safety eye component in there. There we go. Yes, exactly. New pencil. They're great. They're so good. And because like they are like brand spanking new, they don't have like, they haven't been dropped a whole bunch, so I don't have to worry that as I sharpen, they'll like be broken inside. It's really nice. But yeah, here's a little sandwich. Totted, tiny fortress. Maybe, I don't know if that's going to be possible. Just because of the layers. Dude's got turrets too. Okay, it looks like he has 4 turrets. They're sticking out at diagonal, so if this was him from above, cool, just checking on my camera that you guys can still see me. His like eyes are here and here, and he's got like bop, 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 bop. And he has this raised shell. Which I can already tell is probably going to be pretty annoying, but that's okay. We like annoying around here. We thrive in it. I actually think that being able to withstand annoyance and frustration is like a top tier resume skill. I don't know what these shapes on top are yet. It looks like there might be 3 solid bands, maybe? Sometimes the sprites lie and they don't actually look the way they've been sketched initially. Which always makes my job really interesting. Oh, I'm looking straight at it and I'm still having a hard time telling what's going on top. Okay, we're going to draw the shell from a different angle. It's got like these little cratery bits that I don't think we're going to actually stitch in. And oh, I've missed your... Oh, nope. Right, I need my juicy marker. There we go. I was very surprised to take a real look at this guy and realize that he's red. Because, like, I don't know, in my brain, I think of him as being, like, maybe it's the, like, the Shelder or the Cloister impact, but, like, I tend to think of him as, like, purple and black. But no, he's red. He's very red. Dust off that Outback. We're doing red. Honestly, we might even dust off the Christmas colours, but we'll see. So many lines, my guy. Alright. I do need to draw the top of the shell. You can bridger. Oh, sorry, I should be reading these. Red ball with sewn on shell. That's the plan, I think. Though I'm tempted to almost go down a layer and do black ball with red ball and sewn on shell. But, I think that I can stitch on a lot of the black details. He is not clam. He is metal pinecone bug. Yeah, no, I know. Sorry, Echo Giardini. I am aware that he evolves from pinecone, and I am aware that he is a pine, like, he's kind of like an acorn. He's like a fortified seed. He's a chia seed. But everything about his shaping tells me clam is how we approach it. Like, clam is more a guideline than an actual dedication. I am, like I said, I am staring point blank at the top of this shell, and I'm having a hard time working out what it is. Like, are those ins? And then those are outs? Or I think it's just kind of chaotic. He seems to have, like, these... like, going one way and then the other. I think I'm just going to cheat. And this is us looking down at the top of the shell. And we'll just do, like, 3 bands across it. And we'll do the same thing on the bottom, and it'll give us the impression of those same lifts. Oh, Clamul's fun. You guys might have to work slightly harder if you like a name today, because I'm going to be the one tracking the names. And, yeah. So, if you guys see a name that you really, really like, you might have to be like, woo! Yeah. Let's see. This is the pen I'm currently using. It's nice and juicy. It is a Staedtler Pigment Liner 07. That's it. There's no other information on this pen. I just like it because it's juicy. I love a juicy marker, and this one here is the juiciest right now. It's a black walnut. Okay, there you go. You can run them over. It's a black walnut. Ever tried to open one of those? You can run them over with your truck and they'll sometimes just bounce. Okay, yep, we are going to get started though. Oh, my hook. We're okay. We're organised. We're professional. I was thinking that, but I think that that's too orange. And it's throwing me for a little bit of a loop. Toddy. Sorry, I got my, I keep a project bin after the streams with all of the colours that I've used for the Pokemon we've made that day, so that I can just, like, cart it around the house and work on it when I get the chance. And, all of the things from last week are still in my project bin. This, I think, might be a better red for him. which is weird because it still feels like wrong, but I do think that's better. It's showing up slightly darker than it actually is on camera. So you can like see there. Where's the bright spot here? Yeah, that's a pretty accurate color. And so it looks a little dark, but it's not. And then we need like a very pale purple, and I don't know how I'm gonna do that for y'all. Clamantha. So far I've seen Clamule and Clamantha. Be careful, you're going to annoy the people who don't think it's a clam. Okay, this is the palest purple I have, and I think it's wrong. Okay, we love the red. Perfect. Name suggestion, easy breather. I'm not coughing.
I was thinking, could we bring coughing out and put him under the thing, staring like in awe of I'm getting a brother.
Well, why not cloister?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
He's in
strong
his
opinions on this.
He's in here somewhere. Oh, there he is. I spotted his little sweatband.
Oh yeah, the sweatband.
Coughing is a fan of balls.
I'm not allowed to make jokes.
Nope. Alright, I have a very pale orange, which isn't quite right. I think there's a pink that's this flavour as well. I just gotta dig. Aha! Okay, guys, I did it. I found the right colour. So, not that purple, this pink. I think that's going to be the closest approximation we get to the right colours here. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. The light grey I have is not that light. You can see I have... This isn't a spoiler or anything. All of my light greys are out on the table behind me for no apparent reason. I'm not working on something. And it's already quite a dark grey. So yes, I have the colour. This is what we need. Now, shape breakdown is going to be extra important for these ones that I don't really understand the shapes of yet. So I think we will create a red ball. And we'll do 2 black eyes. We'll stitch on the like eye circle detail and the line between them, so they go on here like do. Sometimes scale helps, so if they're more like this and this, we'll stitch on the little black line. Does the black line go the whole way around? I should know that already. I've been staring at reference images. Yes, black line goes the whole way around. That's fine. We can just stitch on a black line. Then these shell pieces are actually kind of just like half domes, but we need to give them like specifically jagged edges, you know? So yeah, honestly the pieces on this are pretty simple. I reckon we'll be able to get through it pretty quickly. What's the time for us now? We are 23 minutes in. My apologies that I'm only just picking up a hook, but I feel like I've been very entertaining, so it's not really my fault. And I'm going to start by making a space ball. Do we have any of their family members created? It's just pinecone for Forretress, right? Safety eyes I will consider. He's the bagworm Pokemon? That surprises me. So he's building himself a little Forretress. That's cute. He looks like a moon with a Minesweeper mine inside. He does. He definitely looks like he's ready to explode. 2, 3, 4, 5. I can count. Why wouldn't I be able to? Conquer. Yeah, I've heard of that game. It is just violence. Oh, yeah, are you talking about Burmy and Wormadam? The other bagworm Pokemon in Gen 4? I think that when that happens, if it doesn't happen as part of one of the challenges, if it happens as part of one of the challenges, I'll just make whatever version pops up. But there's 3 different varieties of, I think it's Burmy, right? The little pizza slice dude. Oh, well, technically he starts out life as like a little pinecone dude. Just drawing from memory, not so great with these Pokemon. But like, and then this bit here is either like leaves or like pink trash, or is there like a sand version? I think it's a sand version. And then like he turns into like a full on like pizza guy. And then this is all like, again, either leaves or trash or sand. And so like if it happens in a game, I'll make whatever version crops up for us. If it happens here on stream, I'll give you guys the vote. Hi, Tornado Kate. Oh, I'm sorry you've got COVID. That sucks. Grass, sand, and trash. Excellent. Burmy and Wormadam. Yay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I'm sorry. If you didn't want to be misidentified as a clam, you should look a little less like a clam. The Wormadam versions have different typings. I didn't know that. The male one can evolve into Motham. Oh, Motham's cool though. I remember Motham, sort of. Alright, again. We are drawing Pokemon from memory today. He's got like these like... I don't know, is it little body? What's the bottom wing look like? Let's say it's also one of those. Am I close? I'm probably not close. He's clam dressing. He is. He's a little bit of chowder. Yeah. Ooh, this red is being oddly clingy. It's almost got like a waxy feeling to it. It's funny how sometimes the colours just feel different. He's camouflaged. I can tell a good name when I see one. Camouflage. You know what? I'm currently looking at, I think it's Wormadam. And you know what? My drawings are pretty accurate. I've captured the spirit of them. This guy's just missing his, like, ears. But otherwise it's pretty close. I've impressed myself. I'm willing to bet that my Motham's pretty far off. Hi, Carrie Bear. Welcome. Happy time zone. Alright, so that's 18 around. I haven't written down a single lick of this pattern yet. And I think we're going to go up to 21. I think 21 is a good sized mini ball. Don't know why I said it like that, sorry. Call him protein dressing. One, two, three, 4. Keyblade Mistress. Hi, Kate. Sorry, I'm just reading the names of you guys now. Hi, Keyblade Mistress. You misspelled camouflaged, and if that doesn't make it into the final name, I'm gonna laugh forever. Oh, wait. How did you spell it? Oh, camouflaged. Yeah. So the thing is with Octillery is that I was pretty sure that Remoraid evolved into Octillery, evolved into Fortress for longer than I'm proud of. It's just, they're all linked together in my brain. Oh, right. Everybody, hydrate or dihydrate. We're bringing that back. I've been getting dehydrated. Oh, and Purple Dolphin Studios, congratulations on the museum thingy. Sorry, I skimmed over it. But yeah, no, anytime that like your art can be enjoyed, but like whether it's like an activity or just as just a general enjoyment, it's kind of a very validating feeling. Okay, pine cone might not have a lot in common visually, but a pine tree and a pine cone also don't have a lot in common. So, like, you're allowed to turn into something that departs from your original source material. Oh, hand sanding. Angry Bear Ironworks, put on something decent and disassociate. Oh, wait, I'm the something decent. Hey, listen to me, Angry Bear Ironworks, and disassociate. We'll get through this together. You have a market in 2 days. Jupiter, why? If you only have 11 products, I don't know. Okay. Here's what you do. You make a prototype of each thing. You have the prototype on the desk. And if it's like a multiple day market, this is, you take orders for the various things on the desk. If someone offers you the right amount, you sell the prototype, but have photos ready in that instance, so that you can have a photo up on the desk of the thing. And then on the last day, just sell the prototypes. It's a pattern welded blade, so you have to get high grit. See, the sound of that I feel like would really irritate my teeth. Oh, you thought Farfetched turned into Doduo, then into Dodrio. Honestly, I think it's a massive weird... Like, if they're going to be handing out babies, like, I don't know, free mints, then you'd think that they'd create Doduno, who I'm sure we've all seen, has been conceptualized as, like, not my original concept, but like that's Doduno turns into Duo, turns into Dodrio. Just one day. Okay, relatively small. No, don't be scared of success, Jupiter. Don't be scared of success. I couldn't do a market. I'm sorry. I am just like, I would freeze up and black out and come to in 3 days time. Like there's the stress and the anxiety of having to deal with that many people. Octrillo was the first or second thing you made in crochet without a pattern. Oh, hey! And the other one was Fungus? Yeah. Who turns into a Moongus, unironically. If I don't, the pattern will come out muddy and gross. Ah, yep. Well, you got to suffer for your art. And I know that because I'm 4 days into a challenge right now and I don't know when it's going to stop. I should be counting, but I've got a stitch marker approximately where it needs to be, so I think it's fine. Oh, I didn't know. It didn't occur to me that Farfetched was numbered in with the rest. I should stop and actually check this though. Okay, I have done 1 row with increases and now I've done 3 rows of just single crochet. Good, good. Playing a little fast and loose with the pattern notes today, apparently. I think we're 1 stitch away. Most of the people coming to the market are your friends, so they just ask you if they want something. Well, that's perfect. That takes some of the stress off. So what you do then is okay, I can work in theory, right? I can make assumptions and I can work in theory. And so none of this will actually work. So don't take this from a theoretical standpoint when it comes to advice. Churn out as many keychains and if you do really tiny things like little earrings or like bag tags as you can. Fill your stall with lots of little things. Yeah, do that. Because the idea then is that like if your friends already know that if they want something they can just ask you, then what you're trying to do is get your stuff in the hands of as many other people as possible so that they can become your friends and make more orders in future. You're hearing Linkara. I don't know who Linkara is. Yeah, mass produce as many tiny little things as you can. If you have something that you can make in like less than an hour, then you can probably pretty safely, with sufficient breaks, make 12 of them in 12 hours, right? That's already filling up a stall pretty good. If you have something you can make in 15 minutes, then you can make 24 of them in 12 hours, and then we're really talking. It's me accounting for taking between 15 and 30 minutes break between each thing, which is important because you got to do this sustainably. This isn't about today's market, this is about all of the possible future markets and your enjoyment of your hobby, assuming that you're not like a full-time crocheter. If you're a full-time crocheter, then it's protection of your asset. Oh, a flower bookmark pattern, that's cute too. I am currently working on Fortress. I'll tell you what, guys, I had a week. I don't really want to, I'm avoiding spoilers here, alright? I'm not teasing y'all, I just really want to talk about the week I've just had because it was big. I had a massive week. And, I filmed, 5 out of the last 6 days, which is tiring stuff, it is. And I also got Gyarados done, and the 3 babies done, and I got that document done, and it's up. And hi, sorry, you came in to talk about it?
You mentioned for me to not mention any spoilers.
Yes.
And you're inching dangerously close to spoilers. And is this going to make you want to spoil it more or less?
More.
Hey, oh wow, it's a wonderful day today, isn't it? Did you know this guy doesn't have any toe veins? A fascinating conversation change.
He doesn't have any toes.
Hey, he's got no foot pads either.
Oh, actually, that's not true. We don't technically know that he doesn't have, one giant foot inside the shell.
I do. I can go into the shell with the 3D program. He does not have a foot in there.
Well, he has a foot on my screen.
The little pins that come out the sides. Do they have dots on the end?
Yeah, they're little turrets. They've got suction
cuppies. They toe beans? If they got little beans on the
No, because they're holes.
Oh, yeah, no.
Okay. So that was 2 additional rows, which should be enough. He doesn't have to be a particularly round ball because we're putting so much stuff on him. Maybe 1 more. We've got to give him a good chance at life. Hi, Madison! Happy time zone. Hope you like clams. We're making clams. Speaking of which, guys, the name list is currently Clamule, Clamantha, and Camouflage. So we really only need 1 more. I'm pretty happy with that collection. So, you're going to have to work pretty... once I've picked the 4 that I wanted the poll, you're going to have to work really hard to convince me to change any of them for anything else. So, that's your warning. Bilby, hey, cute! And a cockatoo. Excellent, excellent. Bastion. Ooh, ooh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm gonna just check to make sure we don't already have one. Excuse me for a sec. Best. There is a Bastiodon, which is a Pokemon. And we do have a Sebastian, which is Krabby. But I do think Bastion is different. Fortmon. Clasper. Oh, guys, you're pitching a lot of really good ones. Oh no, it's a giant man foot. Specifically. That's why he wears the shell. He's embarrassed. Okay, I'm going to put Clasper in here. And I will put Bastion, but that does bring us up to 5, which means you're all going to be caught up in my whims. When, he should be embarrassed. Don't you shame him. Okay. Cool. Alright, now we close off. Same way we started. We're doing that. And doing that. And doing that. And we're going to stuff there. Nora, I didn't know that. I don't know if I can say that. But let's just say that apparently a clasper is part of a shark's anatomy. That it would be a little rude to name our little walnut after it. Checking our books. Yeah, we finished the 151. Gyarados was the last one. Did him a couple of weeks ago. Technically only finished him like 2 days ago, but like, he's done. I'm actually sitting next to all of them at the moment because I am trying to get that video done. I'm hoping to have that turned out in like the next 2 weeks. So you'll be seeing it it's 3 videos away for you guys. Night, Voss. Thanks for hanging out. Have I ever seen a hawk? I have. Why the question? In fact, I've seen them in real life. Also seen wedge-tailed eagles up close. I grew up rural. So I've seen a lot of critters. Look at general. I mean, I tend to not do this. Oh, cool! That is a good omen for your friend. I'm pretty sure that particularly the red hawks are meant to be like a sign of good luck. I don't know what I'm talking about. There could be anything. But yeah, that's really cool. You must have been hunting tiny mice. If you have chickens, lock them up. If your neighbours have chickens, warn them. Like at a certain point, it's hard to, like, I love creatures. I'm a very creaturey person, but everything eats something. And when you like things as far down the food chain as I do, that means everything is dinner. Alright, current name list. I know it's early, but we've already got 5 really good names. So the current name list we have is Clamule, Clamantha, Camouflage, Clasper. Oh no, we're getting rid of that one. And Bastion. And today's theme is Pokemon that would be very helpful in a battle. Make of that theme what you will. There's no real trick to it. They're locked up in a giant fenced coop. Excellent. Excellent. Good. And we're going to finish that off. Yeah. Here's a little clam sandwich. Actually, technically, I think he's a seed. This guy here is the 35th Gen 2 Pokemon we've made. I'm thinking we'll probably do 2 today, but then it depends on how fast we get through them. Like, I'm open to stream for 4 to 6 hours. It's like I am willing, I think, but it just depends on who you guys pick. Tends to be how it works. Now that Gary is off the... Sorry, I know his name's Finito, but I'm probably going to perpetually call him Gary. Now that Gary's off the roster, it kind of frees up a little bit more time in that regard. Just today you were rambling about how if you enjoy learning a lot about nature, you've got to come to terms with the circle of life. Nature isn't mean. Nature is harsh. But it's the harshness that makes like the everything else about it kind of that much cooler and sweeter and lovely. Like, it has been less than 24 hours since I was re-traumatized with, you guys know about that oh goodness, I'm doing this to y'all. They found, like, I'm gonna butcher this story, but hopefully one of you can tell from my approximations what the story is that I'm telling. How they found that like fossil of the little amphibian who crawled in with the little mammal, and then they were both like, they were clearly like cuddled up together in a burrow, or something horrible happened that they like turned them into a fossil. Wink. And it's just like, yeah, the little lizards and the little amphibians who arguably might have eaten one another at one point were like cuddled up together. And it's just like, that is a story that I will just never get over. Alrighty, we have ball. Let's make eyes. He's getting excited. You got two cool guys on Pogo. Want to give them cool names. It's a Shadow Groudon and a Shiny Purify Groudon. Ooh, okay. You need to call them... One of them has to be like... I want to make like a Sanctified Ground, Holy Ground type of reference here. So what's... Digging deep into my supernatural roots, which are just not that deep. But yeah, I think there's something there. 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6. Okay, call the shiny purified one Church. Because he is made of holy ground. Happy time zone! And bye, Fluffy Chomper. Have fun at your picnic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't imagine that we're going to go any bigger than that for the eyes. No. And I think that the safety eyes would be too big. Eyes, magic ring 6. And I'll make both of them for flavour. And I'm going to make his little like shooty, coney bits next. It is surprisingly warm in here today. So, and then after that we're going to move on to the, so we're going to do spooky bits, and I'll only do 2 of them just to help me space everything else out, and then we'll do the shells. This is not going to take much longer, I don't think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there we go. You can have an orange dot. You know what? You're both going to get orange dots because I think it's creepy. Halloween be coming. You'll note that I've dusted off my bats. The baddies are back. Woo! I love the baddies. Forgot about the baddies for a while, but they're back now. Oh, that hurts. I'm sorry you poked yourself with the needle. Yeah, curved needles can be a little bit of a learning exercise. Until you are fully accustomed to the angle, and even then sometimes. That said, my hands are pretty much leather at this point. You want to name her Michelle? I think technically she's a nut. Alright, how am I making these 2B bits? We're going to start at the hole. We're going to never call it that again. Yeah, okay, good decision making. No, we're going to start at the base. 2, 3, 4. And it looks like the base of them is about the same width around as the dark part of the eye, so I can literally start with a magic ring of 6. And it's not lazy, it's aesthetic. I'm going to just call them the guns for now. Spokes, pointy bits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably not guns, actually. Don't want to be talking about that too much. Why does it sound like there are fireworks? Is anybody else hearing fireworks? I'm wondering my microphone's being procked by something. I'm not hearing anything here. Finding Nemo is directly responsible for you fearing the ocean? Well, night, Megan. Sleep well. No, we want to back loop this, not front loop it. Not from you, from outside. Oh, okay. You gotta understand, Echo, that like if you ask a question like that, I'm gonna assume that something's gone wrong. Honey, it's been confirmed it's not us. It's not touching, I checked. Y'all, he's this far away from the camera. What's happening?
I'm miming to you.
I know, but I don't know what you're miming.
Oh, just bump the desk, like. Go.
Sorry guys, scintillating viewing, I know. Mr. Bones thinks I'm bumping the desk. Which I am, but I don't think that's the fireworks sound that you're hearing. How far out are these supposed to extend? Not that much further. Honestly, you've got kind of tiny nubs. Not that we're nub shaming. Honestly, they're convenience. They're pocket sized. They're travel sized for our convenience. One, two. He really is ready for spooky season. Why is Mr. Burns not on name duty today? Because I'm getting some practice in, that's all. He is here in a purely volunteer capacity, and sometimes he's got stuff to do. And it'd be nice if, for both of us, if we had the option of not worrying about it too much. So I'm giving it a go. And I've done it before. I think I'm going to stop that there. Though they are tiny, tiny. And then when I weave this end around, not this end, the other end, I'm going to do it. Well, I have two options. I can either close it off completely and then just like stitch on a little bit of black. But I don't like that idea. I think instead we're going to use the back loops only, leaving the front loops free to create like the edge of our little spike. Oh, I'm seeing pita chips. I'm seeing... What other snacks you guys got? Let me live vicariously through you. Any of you eating walnuts? Because I think that's a little rude in front of our little foratress here. You know what? Close enough. That is a perfectly approximate spike. Perfectly approximate lump. bowl of last night's pasta. But did you heat it up? Because I'm a big fan of like cold pasta. Cold pizza. Italian food doesn't need reheating. Eat it cold. Skittles and Pringles. Oof. He's always missed when he's needed elsewhere. That's true. And thank you for saying so. I will make sure that he definitely reads that message. He is around today, obviously, but we're just giving a different kind of structure a go. Stroop waffles. That is almost definitely not how you say that. If one were to eat Fortress, would you serve him in the shell? No, you'd peel the shell first. He must be peeled. Good. Cold pasta. Cold pasta, good. Also, apparently you can digest pasta easily. More easily if you, like, cook it, then chill it, then heat it up again. Apparently it does something to the structure of it. The structure of the sugars or something. I don't know. What about me? Oh, well. The snack we've been hitting really heavily this week is, so there was this type of Malteser, it's like a raspberry Malteser, right? And they're normally like $7 a packet, which is like a packet's like this. Like just a little rectangle. It's just full of Maltesers, you know, just a standard pack of Maltesers. They're $7 here at the moment. But these particular ones, for whatever reason, were marked down. Guys, they were marked down to 50 cents. So I did the only logical thing and I bought 15 packets of them. Yeah. So for less than the cost of a single block of chocolate, I got it like over $100 worth of Maltesers. And so I'm pretty pleased with myself this week. I'll tell you, the urge to pour them into a bowl and put milk over them and eat them like cereal is strong because they don't taste like chocolate. They taste like generic berry candy. But for 50 cents, I can like generic berry candy, you know? Yeah, there's heaps of other flavors. They've just released a bunch of Halloween-y ones. There's like a honeycomb one. They were big on like the dark chocolate ones for a while there, and I think there's white chocolate ones out there in the world too. And like, don't get me wrong, I am like a stock standard regular Malteser type of gal. I like to make my own ice cream and like mix them through, because that's really fun. And the texture of mixing them through the ice cream mix is fun as well. But as I said, for 50 cents, I can like the raspberry ones. What is a Malteser? Okay, it's like a little crunchy, you know, M&M Crispies? It's called malt, but a lot of people these days don't know what that is either. It's like a little like crispy, biscuity round ball coated. This is a cross section. In milk chocolate normally. And so like they look like just these little brown balls, but they're tasty. Your whole life is a lie? A Maltesery lie. My love, if that's you rummaging, I can hear you and they're in the pantry. I have no idea what a Whopper is, so if you say so, yes, they're like a US Whopper. Malted balls, there you go. Malted milk balls, yes. Well, over here we call them Maltesers. Yeah, I was watching, admittedly it was a Smosh video. They were ranking Easter candy, and I was literally stunned at just like, the ones that I was familiar with seemed to be a complete enigma to the two people doing it. And that's a little odd because I'm just like, no, it's Cadbury. And yes, cream eggs are revolting. Yes, I will fight you. They're just revolting. But Cadbury's a thing. People know what Cadbury is. Hi, Brandy. I can see you. I don't know what happened, but it seems like you've seems like you're going on a journey. Like Whoppers, but the center has a molasses-like taste. That's not the same thing. He lost his mind for Whoppers? Yeah, if you're gonna eat the Cadbury cream eggs, you gotta at least get the little tiny one so that the ratio of chocolate to goo is better. Alright, so he's got little arms, and I would do 2 more at the back as well, but we don't need 2 more for illustrative purposes today, because we're just gonna make a shell. Gonna be a little bit shellfish. A dozen cream eggs in one sitting. No, we don't shame people for their preferences here. So like, yeah, if they want to eat a dozen cream eggs, they can go nuts, because that means that there's fewer for the rest of us to have to eat, which is just nothing but a net gain for the world. They're filled with white goo. Yeah. Favorite candy is bottle caps, which is sort of like a soda flavored chalk that you mostly get made up from liking, but it's a candy that hasn't been popular since like World War One. Okay, well, I mean, that's cool. That's interesting. That's way more interesting than like the answer being, I almost said Smarties, and I know that means like completely different things to me as it does to you. But like, I'm a big fan of something called like Fruit Tingles. I'm a big fan of Fruit Tingles, including the generic form of them, and I believe that's considered quite unusual too. I like my candy fizzy. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind sour, but it ends up cutting up my mouth a little bit, so it's hard to like properly enjoy it and immerse yourself in the sour candy experience. But no, I love me a tangy or fizzy candy. Ooh, Violet Crumble, yes. Wait, Violet Crumble doesn't exist anymore, does it? I thought that closed down. Don't get me wrong, you can still get chocolate coated honeycomb, but yeah, I thought Violet Crumble as a brand had like gone belly up. Counterpoint, she's your sister, shame all day long. Yeah, no, that's fair, Nora. You're allowed, like, keep it in the family. I'm just warning the internet not to pile on. Smarties are basically like M&Ms that are a slightly different shape. So, cross section of an M&M. They're kind of like a little bit more like Skittle shaped, right? Generic M&M, so the M would be up there. And Smarties are a little bit more like these. Yeah, chocolate thing that's... Okay, the superiority is up for debate. I think that they are different. Smarties are sweeter, and M&Ms are more chocolatey. Smarties are better for decorating things like gingerbread, and M&Ms are better for eating. Though if you're going to have an M&M, have a crispy M&M. What are we doing here? Yeah, and like I understand that in the US, Smarties are more like a... You're saying chalky, which is a pretty good description. Well, you don't really have that kind of thing as like a brand name type of candy over here. Like, don't get me wrong, you can find it in like the cheap section of like the candy aisles or whatever, but it's not like a brand name thing. Yeah, and they're rockets. The chalky things are rockets in Canada. Yeah, okay. Gotta tell you though, favorite candy. And don't get me wrong, it's probably my favorite just because of how hard it is to get over here. Starburst jelly beans. Starburst jelly beans. They stopped selling them over here. They stopped, like, don't get me wrong, we have plenty of other Starburst products. We have a ridiculous amount of weird, rubbery, chewy things from Starburst. Starburst jelly beans, which were actually really good. They're just not a thing over here. And you can get them from like UK or US like candy importers, but they cost like $15 a bag. And I just can't do that, not for jelly beans. Absolutely not. We're not doing that. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of them, but it's like I said, I can be a fan of weird raspberry Maltesers for 50 cents. I can't be a fan of Starburst jelly beans for like, and that $15 a bag was like from like 2 or 3 years ago. So it's probably more now. Last time I ate them on stream, that's what I paid for them. That was the last time I had them too, actually. I should be writing this down because we're designing a pattern as we go, which means we gotta write it down. Like, woe is me, I can't afford my jelly beans. Yep, I can hear myself, don't you worry about that. I've never heard of coffee crisp, except for, like, as in, like, I've never encountered it here, but I've certainly seen Canadians and possibly Americans, but definitely Canadians go crazy for it. You submit that homemade candies are the best. Yeah, but I only know how to make like truffly fudgy ones. We don't mess around with sugar. Dangerous. I'm not a big fan of coffee. Okay, do people, anybody else out there who doesn't like coffee can tell me about Coffee Crisp? Is it just like if you took a cup of coffee and turned it into a candy? Because if so, they're fine, I'm not missing out on anything. But it's like it's bad enough going through life not being able to eat things like Toblerone or Reese's Pieces when everybody goes crazy for Reese's Pieces, right? And like I am never going to be able to experience that, and I need to know. I need to know if I'm actually missing out on anything there. No Ferrero Rocher. Yeah, Copico are really gross. I'm sorry, Grim Squirrel. I have encountered those before. But yeah, see, I don't mind a very, very lightly coffee-flavored thing. Like I can be convinced to eat like a coffee-flavored ice cream occasionally. It wouldn't be my first choice, but if it was put in front of me, I could eat it and gain a reasonable amount of enjoyment. You got a little hat. Are you in focus? What are you focused on? Who even knows? Let me just move some stuff out the way and I'll see if I can get it to focus. Is it my eyes? I don't know. Might just be my eyes. Okay, now we need a bunch of like wibble wobbles around the edge, which is like my least favorite design thing to have to do. Oh, listen to me be all complainy. What's that about? Is it focused on coffee? Maybe. I just think this is too dark for it to want to focus on it. It's like I can only take so many things off the screen before there's nothing left. Get the eyeball out of here. Put the hook off screen. Cover that up. Yeah. No, it's definitely locked on my hand there. I must have set the focus. I can play with this. We have a minute. Properties, configure video. Do I have a locked focus? I do have a locked focus. What if I do that? Okay, it's gonna blink for a second, alright folks? Hey! Look at that! We're in focus! For the first time in possibly months! If I bring it down here, is it gonna stay unfocused? Okay. Okay, we're just gonna be a pain in the buttocks, are we? Nothing to focus on. Focus again. Why? Why are you like this? Why are you doing this to me? Focus is when I get to like this range. I'm beginning to understand why I locked focus at 0. I'm changing it back. It was nice while it lasted. Oh, perfect. There we go. Snaps back into focus immediately. Alright. Sorry about that. That was a little bit of a journey. Okay, we have round. Approximate. And let's see, we need like spokes. And then like spaced eyes as well. So we need like 1, 2, so just 1 down on the side or 2? I should have drawn it from the side. Oh wow, it's 3 down on the side. We ain't fitting 3. Well, I can give you guys 2. So he's meant to have 12 of these little dupes. I'm going to do my best. Because, like, technically there is meant to be 3 on either side, but I just don't know how I'm going to make that happen. So, but 12, we have 24 stitches to work with. 12 should be accomplishable. I'm going to try with regular single crochet first. And we'll just see how we like that. Two, 3. As a not coffee drinker, coffee flavoured things are different. Like, I have enjoyed a chocolate covered espresso bean, but I have no desire to drink espresso without drowning it in sugar and milk. Huh. For anybody not feeling represented, I do just want to add that Mr. Bones is a voracious coffee drinker. And I quite enjoy, I don't mind the smell of coffee. It can be quite like a pleasant aroma. It's just the flavour is a bit much. Bit much. And also I just don't need the caffeine. Like, we are one of those sunshine and enthusiasm type of people, and I say that as someone who's actually driven a lot more by, like, stubbornness, force of will, and the petty urge to prove everybody wrong. But we call it sunshine and enthusiasm, and that's known as branding.
Voracious.
He has like 5 to 6 cups of coffee a day. Okay? That's voracious. Cool. Luke, you can have my share of the coffee. Looks like he's got a weird little fringe, but I think it'll work. I like this. I've decided to proceed with it. So what did I do? I chained 3 and turn and 2 single crochet down and then 2 slip stitches along the base. Along base. I'm going to do that 11 times, and then we'll do it chain 3 and turn and 2 single crochet and slip stitch into base. Cool. You live off spite and caffeine. Yeah, same thing, different branding. See what I mean? It's just a completely different aesthetic. Though I have started a new program that's trying to force me to leave the house. I am just somebody who is so happy in my own space. I'm thoroughly entertained where all my stuff is. It's like I'm a very happy person when left to my own devices, and I can keep myself perpetually amused. It's some of that middle children syndrome thing coming through, I think. But I've started a thing where I'm also motivated highly by the approval of people I perceive to have authority. And I'm trying to train myself, I'm trying to do a twofold thing. I'm trying to train myself into considering myself to have authority over myself. And I'm trying to, like, activate that need to get approval to help me, like, do things better. And so I'm trying to, like, I've got a sheet of gold stickers. My entire house is built with, well, not house, the apartment I'm in has, like, steel framing, and so I can stick magnets to certain parts, like, around windows and door frames. I can just stick magnets to my walls, and so, like, it's just magneted to my door frame, this sheet of gold stars next to a sheet of paper. And every time I leave the house, and that seems like such a small thing, every time I leave the house I get to take one of those little gold stars and I get to put it on the piece of paper. And so, like, I'm hoping that will train me to just, like, leave the house a little more, because honestly it's not healthy. I need to go outside. Part of the urge to... Oh, bumped you guys. Hope you're all right. Part of the urge to go somewhere where I have a tree is that when I go outside, I can go into my outside. As opposed to the generic outside that everybody uses. It'd be nice to have some grass to touch. But, yeah. I get a gold star if I leave the house. And I'm not a shut-in. I like, this isn't a psychological thing. It's just, I am someone who, like, my to-do list is so full all the time. If I don't prioritize it and reinforce the behavior, I will find 50 other things to do instead. So it's not any kind of like agoraphobia or anything like that. It's just I'm so happy inside that I don't see the point. But going outside is good. It's good for you. I'm very short in vitamin D. 5 to 6 is fine as long as they're not in a 2-hour time frame. No, for him they're over like 5 or 6 hours. He cuts himself off just after lunch. Besides, he's a skeleton. He's basically just soaking his bones. Oh, it's just occurred to me that this is probably the final piece we're making of this guy, and I haven't started the name vote yet. Let's start the name vote. Start a poll. Okay, so the names I have here that I like Camouflage. I'll include Bastion, though it's not as good of a pun as it could be. I like Clamuel. I think I'm gonna skip Clamantha because he is a he to me, and so like I'm gonna save Clamantha for someone else. We need one more. Clambarina. Well, I'm gonna keep going. I need one more. I could put Michelle in there, or I could put Clamantha in there. Camouflage is in there. Don't you worry about that. Camouflage made the count. I really like that one. I saw it and I was like, yep. I don't even care if that was a name suggestion or just a description. It's being yoinked. Sometimes you can tell the name when you see it. Oh, night Pamela. Thanks for hanging out and welcome back to the replay. Clampsy. Let's see. Clamsy, Clam Sandwich, Michelle, Rook. I'm hesitant to do Rook because of, like, I know we've got like Rookity and the Rookity's one, right? Or is that just a YouTuber? What am I on about? I feel like Rookity is a little bird from one of the later gens. Okay, I'm seeing Clampsy. Let's just do Clampsy. There you go. Go. Yeah, Rookity. There you go. Rookity is a bird Pokemon. Excellent. I know things. Sorry, I'm going to stop crawling off the desk. I just like... Oh, I moved you too far. There we go. Yeah, it's like a little blue and yellow one. Baby Corviknight. Exactly, exactly. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hey, we made it. And I know this looks flat, but that's why we have a baseball. And we pick some good ones, and they get positioned carefully. That's the goal here. So we have one down between the eyes. 2, 3. We get another one there. We get 3 at the back and 3 at the other side. I don't know. Positioning these is going to be interesting, but as long as I get the face right, I feel like everything else will be fine. Little flat, mate. Little flat. Let's see if his bumps help him. Yeah, a little staycation, Bobby. Like, don't get me wrong, part of the urge to stay in my space is to like get it really nice and clean. And then like not have to worry about that anymore and cross that off the to-do list. But then also like after it's clean, I just want to bask in all the lovely clean spaces. And so like I think I just like being in my own energy. You got bangs, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Just needs to lay across the top. Honestly, kind of the chain on its own is a vibe. I'm worried the eyes bug out too much compared to the thickness of the shell. I don't know what to do about that, but this might become the bottom shell and then the top one we might go out another layer, or we might just live with it because it's a fortress and it's a fortress. Like, close enough, right? As long as you guys can tell, we're probably fine. I don't know. Shell bump. Chain 8, 7, single crochet. I know, I wish I had metallic yarns. It could be so fun. And I know that they're a thing, but they tend to just have like a thread of metallic in them. And also they're probably a pain in the butt to work with, and they probably make your stitches look really messy. So I think we're fine. Don't know how we're gonna deal with what's his face? Is it Golden Go, the number 1000 Pokemon? But I don't have to. That's not my problem. All right, that's complicated knots 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 years from now's problem, not mine. So she can deal with that. I have every faith that she'll have worked it out. And worst case scenario, we'll crochet it and we'll just spray paint it. You know, I am not above such things. Right, I want to give you guys a little bit longer on the name vote, so I'll just create another lump. But the bottom shell and the other 2 spikies count as dupes to me, duplicate pieces, so that's probably all we'll need to make on camera today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can see you guys are voting for Camouflage, and I'm proud of that. That is a good name. That is a very, very good name. And I like it so much because he's not a clam. He is camouflaged. He is camouflaged as a clam, and that is great. It's a joke that speaks to me on multiple levels. Any Pokemon after Gen 4 is a problem for future CK. Exactly. Though, don't get me wrong here. I reckon we'll be finished Gen 2 by like June. And then there's a pretty good chance we'll finish Gen 3 by December. I'm pretty sure that next year is going to be a double Gen year. So it ain't as far away as you think. Think about how yesterday was January, right? Well, open your eyes. It's the 21st of September. Like, the time is waiting for no one. It's a name vote, yeah. Time is zooming. He is spiritually a clam, and emotionally a clam, and defensively, a clam. Oh, sorry. Mr. Bones just got caught in the crossfire there. Time really do be zooming, though. But I find I don't mind. I'm trying to adopt, okay, so when you're listening to music, right? And you kind of like become aware of the music right, like in halfway through or near the end of a song you really, really like, and you have to stop and put the song back on again because you didn't enjoy it enough the first time. I'm trying to remember that life is that song. It sounds so like out there. It's just like every single day is that song, right? And so I'm just trying to like make sure that I listen to it and enjoy it the right amount because there's no rewind button. So like, yeah, it's just like a thing. And honestly, I am so happy. I am content. I am happy. Life is good right now. And if it's not good tomorrow, that's okay because I enjoyed the song while it was on. So it's just my own little like, you can tell I spend a lot of time in my own space thinking to myself, can't you? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Even when the speakers are bad, the song is still good. Nearly your birthday month? Shock! Yeah, it's nearly my birthday month too. We're getting there. You like my analogies? Thank you very much. There we go. Two weeks to your birthday. Oh, okay, sorry, I haven't done the happy birthday. Happy birthday to everybody whose birthday is within 3 days of either side of today or today. This is your happy birthday for that. And everybody else will have to wait until we're closer to theirs. All right. He's got his 3 little Shelly bits, which is adding some bulk to the top, which I'm a little bit happier with. I cheated a little bit. He doesn't really have like a 3 design like this, but I do think it represents kind of nicely what's going on in the sprite. So the music is playing, you might as well dance. Spoken as a dancing skeleton. So yeah, we'll give him his little undershell and 2 more little spikies, and we'll stitch on the eye details and the little black stripe. But other than that, I'm pretty happy to call him done. And you have named him very well. I am proud of all of you. We have named him Camouflage with 47% of the vote, followed by Bastion at 23%, Clamule at 19%, and Clamsy at I'm sorry, Clamsy was meant to have a C, not an S. And I'm worried that my typo affected things, but I think Camouflage won by a commanding enough lead that I'm okay with it. Also, it's the best name up there. Oh, we're only at an hour and a half point. Look at us whiz through this. I'm still going to take a break because I think normal breaks are healthy breaks. So let's turn, that's the mini. Where's the document? Night Owl Sprout! Okay, we are going to pick again. So remember that these Pokemon are useful in a battle. We found Fortress, who if I say it just right, sounds like Fortress. He's Fortress. And now we need y'all to pick who we're going to make next. Start a poll. And I want to see guesses in the chat, because we're back to a point where there's no way you're going to be able to guess them all accurately, and I get a lot of fun out of reading what you guys say when you think I'm not paying attention. So, yeah, here we go. This is the poll, and I'm going to throw to a break. So behave yourselves. Wait, I'll wait to make sure the poll goes up okay. It did. Hello. I was trying to leave it for the vote to be a little less close, but then I saw Fortress staging his escape, and I had to let him go. Come on, buddy. He has big but meme energy. So you guys had a hard time making up your mind here, and I respect that. Let's turn off the mini. And I'm going to close the poll, because number 3 has maintained its lead for 5 minutes, even if it's only a little lead. And I saw a bunch of regrets happening in the chat, but it's too late for regrets. You get 1 vote. Udders on cows, a pretty standard issue. What are we talking about? Okay. Yeah, you guys picked number 3 with 30% of the vote. Then came number 4 at 26%, number 1 at 24%, and number 5 at just 20%. So let us reveal who is behind door number 3. I freaked out for a second when I saw you guys picking number 1. I was like, no! I mean, don't get me wrong. You're welcome to pick it if we get back for a third. But like, that was my reaction. Here we go. And sorry, the answer is of course artillery, which sounds like artillery, so it's helpful for battle. That's the theme for today. We've got a fortress and we have artillery. You didn't know what to pick, so you made Teen pick for you. Yeah, I'm gonna bet that Teen picked what the color is. Depending on what kind of teen, they come in different flavors. All right, let's minimize that. So we're making artillery now. We gotta change our sprite over to Tentacle Boy. Where are you, Tentacle Boy? There you are. Note! So many of them have cannons in this generation. Is it just me? Artillery? I don't know how to spell that. Alright, we've done that. We need to update our counter. We are now up to 36. See what I mean? It's going to be over before we can even notice. It's an Octorock. Note, exactly. It's a little bit of a red stream. Which is funny because today's theme was very almost left on red. But no, it's not. I would describe, so I don't want to use the same red that we used here. We're going colors first here. But there are so many oranges that I could use. So we have, it's a pretty close orange, right? That's the same one that we used for Magikarp and Magby. I also have, orange always ends up right at the bottom of my bucket. He's got bright yellow, so it has to go with the bright yellow. Yes, that's definitely bright yellow. I have, this is a more pastel-y kind of colour, but it's more of a true orange. That's kind of more of a burnt orange. Where is my orange? It becomes like a 30-minute stream of me just looking for the colour orange. Seeking orange. Don't know where my orange is. I hypothetically have an orange that's this colour, but I think he's redder than that, personally. But it also might be the exact colour that we're looking for. I might have to grab one off the shelf, which I hate doing, particularly if I know I've got one working somewhere. What do you guys think? First orange? Do not like the second orange. We like the burnt orange. Orangey red. We like the burnt orange. Okay, never mind. We like the burnt orange. How many tentacles does this guy have? I can only see like... He does? Oh. Sorry, in case you didn't hear that, Mr. Bone said 8 off camera. I wanted to present the true orange as an example as well. Oh, hang on. Oh, I found a strand. Lead me. But I think it might be too yellow. So those are the... I think I like the burnt orange. I think it looks more serious. I think this looks way too cartoony. You should not be loose in there. You should be in the Misfits bag. Alright, here are our colours. I'm sticking to the ball. His tentacles are in a weird arrangement. Well, that doesn't bode well for me, does it? Burnt. Yeah, burnt. Okay, scrolling. all the way down now. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is a very weird assortment, isn't it? So, for anyone unable to look at their own specific reference images from below, oh, no, we moved. His assortment of tentacles is like this. Like, say this is his body, right? He has his two front guys. And then he has like 6 specifically positioned. I can count. Why shouldn't I be able to? Out the back. So that's him from below. Hi, Hooked Blair. Happy time zone. Oh, he has toe beans on all of them? No? Yes? Hang on. That's not me asking, it's me. It's me arguing with myself. Yeah, he does. He has 2 beans on the base of each of them. Just a lot of yellow circles in my future. He has... I mean, this is just still him from underneath. It's good. It gives me like a good view of him. I'm worried this fellow isn't going to be large, but he's just going to be a little bit repetitive. Okay, let's draw his official portrait now. He's got his newt news. His dome of a head. At least they're simple shapes. Like, I'm not worried about working out how to make them. It's just there's a lot of them. So scale is the biggest issue. Like so. And then he needs like his 2 tentacle boys at the front. Like so. And his assortment of various beans at the back. Always looks just a little bit sad. And he has a line of yellow dots down his forehead. I think across the top of his head as well. We're going to draw this guy from a few different angles. It's just the only way forward, really. Yeah, eyeball. Okay, he low-key just sort of looks disappointed with our choices. Do I have like a picture in front of me? Yeah, I'm looking at Discord. Between Mr. Bones and honestly, all of you who are part of the Discord can share as well, but usually I rely pretty heavily on Loot. Thanks, Loot. I get reference images through the screen. So that's kind of like an approximate, but I'm going to do a side view here as well, just because he's got quite a distinguished profile. And to do so, I've apparently slid myself all the way off screen. Let me slide back over here. It's a very pea shooter from Plants vs. Zombies. Except he's a sea shooter. Are we doing? Is that anything? Is that funny? And he flares out into like... It's him without his limbs. Quite a prominent eye. Oh, he only has 3 yellow dots down over his head. That's good. That puts some limit on it. Then it's just making a series of tentacles. If I can just do the yellow as like a color change type of thing, I won't have to make them as separate rings, which will help minimize the size of this whole thing, which is good. From the back, he's just ball. And we'll put a weight in here as well. I think he'll have enough tentacles to help him balance, but I just want to like triple make sure of that. Oh, we want Bugle. I will write Bugle down as the first name suggestion. Yeah, we already have Thalulu and Delulu, who are our Uma Night and Uma Star. Thalulu says hello, and Delulu says go away. I'm going to start in my orange. I'm going to work up the head bulb first. Now the real question here is, do I want to create the newt separately? Because if I do, it makes this a real simple shape. But puts a little bit more stress on the whole sewing thing. I could even start in the nose and work back into like the overall head. And sew it to a neck. And do it that way instead. So like we can approach it this way, or we can approach it like this way. I actually think this from the nose backwards makes more sense, because then like these yellow circles can potentially be built in as just like single stitch color changes as little specks of yellow that I can then just like embroider around later. Did we use Newt Newt the other week? Because I remember last week we were having a whole conversation about penguins. Or did I dismiss it? Okay, there are no newts. I will allow Newt Newt for this one. Newt Newt. And I will write down hydrant, but then we're going to just do a little... You guys can continue to discuss names, but I'll get you to like serve me up your favourites in a little bit. While I get... Because I just want to get this started first. Noodles. Oh, it's not a pupil blinker, is it? Yeah, because like Newt Newt has very heavy penguin implications for most of us. And so like it's kind of difficult to... That said, he has very much a newt mouth. Whereas like last week, I think it was being suggested for Magby, who was a little newtish, but wasn't a full Newt Newt. Oh, calamari. I see what you're doing there. Calamari? Yeah, calamari. I'm going to choose the spelling carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the end of your nozzle. Eh, got yarn flying everywhere. One, two. Oh, I'm accidentally making him tiny boy. 3, 4, 5, 6. Or is it an accident? This is really the questions. Oh, bye, Hooked Blair. Thanks for hanging out. Excuse the road rage you're hearing outside the window. Yeah. You missed the reveal of Octillery. Oh well, it's okay, you're here now. We'll be working on him for at least the next little bit. Not a newt newt, it's a snoot newt. Alright, what did I even do then? I should write this down. Orange. I did 6 single crochet in the front loops only. The floops. And then I did 6 back post single crochet. To prove that I could, I guess. Sometimes I'm just like that. Then we'll just do 6 single crochet around. We're preparing cappuccinos, spilling it and cleaning them in. That's very valid reasons for missing the reveal. As long as you got to vote, because it was a very, very, very close vote. I think we worked out there was like 6 votes difference between the one who won and the one who lost. What's Octorock? I don't get it. Explain the name. Let's close the Pokédex down and give me the reference image at the back. I'm worried I'm making his newt too short. I think I might need to go back and lengthen his newt. Three, 4. Andy, go ahead and share the pic of the one you made. I just can't promise I'll see it. I don't tend to do a lot of like scrolling on Discord. I'm currently locked in on the reference images I'm using, and then like I scroll past most of what happens in the middle. Every so often something catches my eye, or I'm specifically directed towards something, and so I'll pause and check that out. But like, yeah, absolutely share it so everyone else can see. And then I sometimes do a scroll through afterwards, and I'm usually highly amused by the GIFs that get shared throughout. What's funny, you're working on an octopus hat at the moment, but I'm having a colour conundrum. Husband said guys are not programmed to really tell the difference, so I may need help. Oh, you mean the difference in colours? Don't know about that one. Many chains and half double crochet for hair on a doll. Yes. How's the sanding going, Angry Bear? You hanging in there? Good. Yes, I'm glad I did that. Now, my current stitch assortment is, there was 6, and this is the top of the forehead, right? But I want to go 3 again in the middle stitch again to keep growing upwards. And I think I can continue just working around for 1 more row. And then after that we can evenly increase on all sides. Single crochet, ink 3, 4 single crochet, which will bring us up to 10, which isn't too bad. We can go down to, we can use lots of 5 for this, which is odd because it's an octopus, but we will still get the job done. The knife is looking really good. That's awesome. Blade is looking sharp. Your hands hate you. I'm sorry. Is there like, sorry, you are the professional at this. Is there no type of glove that might be able to help protect them? So, I understand that, like, sometimes that reduces, I don't know, your engagement with the activity. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm glad it's all looking good though. Angry Bear, I put a lot of effort into phrasing that very carefully. Upon realizing the shaky ground upon which I stood. Oh yeah, okay, the pressure, I get that. It's like, I can crochet for hours and I might get like a little bit like worn out, but I don't get like proper muscle fatigue. Whereas if I'm sewing for a long time, I get a really sore spot down my finger from pinching the needle and pulling. and like it's literally just the repeated pressure on that particular thing. But for sanding, that'd be across the whole hand. Let's tuck all those little bits inside. And we're looking good. I'm doing a marvelous job. Thank you for saying so. 5 repeats of a single crochet and an increase, which will get us up to 15. And from there I know how to get us back to 6s. And it's +3 to get us back to 6. And from 6, yeah, from 6 we have everything under control. With smaller hooks you end up gripping the hook harder. That makes sense to me. Admittedly, I only have proper control over a nice relaxed grip, as in like barely even touching the hook at this specific size. There is a reason I stick to it. Hand me any other hook and I'm as clumsy as somebody on their first day. But with this one here, it's kind of my magic wand. Though I am pushing the limits of that a little bit at the moment. Boxer's fist. Yes, you need that high polish. It'll be worth. You've got to sacrifice for your craft sometimes. I don't make the rules. We're a society. We all just live by them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 13, 14, 15. Cool. We're at 15, and now I'm gonna do the 3s that I was talking about to get us to 18. Positioning them though would be nice because we have a very clear like top of the head here. Top of the head. Top of the head, do ya? Stop that. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an increase there. Then it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, and an increase there. Or do we want to go 3? No, I think 4 is fine. And that will get us up to 18. Gets us back on track. See, he's not nearly as small as you guys think he is. He's going to get bigger, and he's going to be on our side. Octillery confirmed, not pupil blinker. Remoraid confirmed, pupil blinker. Oh no! At least we've already made Remoraid, so you guys won't have to make prolonged eye contact with it. Just, it would have been really weird for Octillery to be a pupil blinker, given that they've given him such a pronounced eyelid as part of his design. Though they've done worse things, because like Onyx I never would have picked. Increase, 2, 3, 4, and increase. Now, have we reached an appropriate diameter for the head? I believe we have. I've possibly sloped it a little bit too enthusiastically. I'm sure you'll all forgive me for that. I've also given him a lot more of like a innie and then an outie, where he's meant to be more of a schloop. But again, I feel like you'll all just I feel like it still reads as the character. Sammy, I fully believe I made a Lion King reference. I fully believe I did it on purpose. I have no idea what I just said. I'm literally just stream of consciousnessing at you guys right now. You're getting the thoughts fresh from the vine, and I have no idea what I'm saying most of the time. You would name him Larry? That's cute. Devil in the details, what have you done? Or not done? You should have gotten the sewing machine out, whatever it was. Sewing machines can sew through paper. It's a backpack cover out of the fabric of an old umbrella. Oh, sorry, the idea of the needle hitting that fabric. Oh, okay, I'm okay. Sorry. I want those words off the screen. People say some stuff so I don't have to look at them again. Whew, okay, I'm fine. Please forgive. Oh, that was a disproportionate reaction to that. I'm just not going to look at chat for a while. So we're doing rounds of 18 stitches. I'm gonna hydrate. I'm gonna hydrate a little bit. That's upsetting. fine. Whew, it's fine. I am in control. We're doing rounds of 18 single crochet just to build up to the back of the head. And then we'll create his little like chest and neck as like a podium. Though there's a non-zero chance that we might go mini octopus style. Funnily enough, because he is a mini octopus, on those tentacles. Haven't decided yet. Is it gone? Oh, thank you. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you all. No, please don't apologize, Devil in the Details. You didn't do anything anybody could have foreseen as wrong. It's just I'm very sensitive to that specific... Apparently the thought of that sound was enough. It's just sewing machine sounds. Good. Yeah. They've just got that chugga 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 going on. Knitting things. Things. That's all right. We're all good. I'm back. I'm sorry. Thank you for your help. Yep. Nora, same. Let's move on from this subject. We are making Auxiliary, who is a little octopus friend. He definitely has 8 tentacles, even if they are strangely positioned. And I'm just trying to calculate now if I can get away with doing, instead of doing like 8 individual things that have to be sewn on, if I can just make little mini tentacles, or if they'll be too short and stubby. I reckon I can do it. I've done more with less, if you know what I mean. I've been surprising myself every day these days. You're drawing a summery citrus themed character. That's fun. Citrus is great. That's right up there with my like preference for like tangy or fizzy candy. It's like citrus flavored candy is good. It's like, it's weird to me that people don't like the yellow ones, but then I don't like the yellow ones on the premise that they're always a trap, because if they're banana, oh my gosh, yuck. Pineapple is acceptable, but lemon is goat. Finish the polish, yay! Okay, good luck with the etching, Angry Bear. Bleh, sorry, you almost turned into Angry Bear Wolf because that random wolf said something after you. Have fun with the etching. I hope that you share photos of it when it's done. Would love to see that. Yeah, 17-year-old sewing machine, particularly if you haven't been like rigorously maintaining it, which, let's face it, who has the time for a rigorous maintenance ritual of anything? Is going to be making some noises because it's probably full of like thread offcuts and oil, even when if it is perfectly maintained. None of this is accusatory. 17-year-old machines just make noises. But sometimes it's nice to have a reminder that the things that we use, like technology and stuff, are like, a lot of the appliances in your house are just mechanical. They are machines. They are bits of moving parts. Like, and even stuff that you don't think of as machines. Like Mr. Bones yesterday, there's been a smell in our sink for a while, and it bothers me because I've got super nose. It's a whole thing. He took apart the sink. He just took it apart and he cleaned out the bits and he put them back. And the smell is gone. But the sink comes apart. I'm not encouraging anybody else to take apart their sink. But it didn't even occur to me that it was something that could come apart. And he was just like, yeah, I'll just fix it. He took the bit off and just took it out and cleaned it out and brought it back and put it back in, and it was fine. And it's just like, what? I didn't know that you could do that. Houses aren't supposed to disassemble. Stuffing! Stuffing. Let's fish some out of that bucket. Benjamin's looking a little underfed at the moment. They have reasons for that. You love realizing that something can be opened. Like, yeah, this is amazing. Like, yeah, after that realization, I opened our dryer filter up another layer and like scooped a bunch of fluff out from the inside of it. I'm just like, I'm being safe. We're just going to decrease around here, and we'll have our little pea shooter head. Honestly, I probably could have used the bell sprout head for this, but I feel like he has a narrower nozzle. Sorry, alert. The crown is tricksy. It goes where it wills. I have absolutely no control over it. Speaking of things I have absolutely no control over, apparently there is a thing now that you guys can do on YouTube, but I have yet to encounter it anywhere, so I don't know if it's actually out yet. But YouTube just released like a bunch of new stuff, and one of them is like a hype feature where like apparently you guys can like, I'm guessing it's like a super like, but it can help boost videos and get them seen. So if y'all happen to see a hype button on any of my new uploads as they happen, just casually, like if you happen to encounter it, go ahead and click that for me. Yeah, let's just see what happens and then report back next week. Though honestly the next one's a pattern video, so it's probably not worth hyping, but the one after that I'm really excited about, guys. I'm putting a lot of work into the one after that, and if that one happened to get hyped, I wouldn't mind it. Wouldn't mind it if a few eyeballs got to lay eyes on this thing, because it's pretty special. But yeah. You're really sleepy but you don't want to go? Echo, that's why we have replays. You can join us again in spirit after you have rested. Though honestly, I'm way more entertaining when you're overtired. I'm way more entertaining when I'm overtired. The nice thing with your machine is you still have the original manual, so taking her apart and putting her back together is fairly straightforward. Oh, good. Yeah, it's the ones with plastic parts. Not only do the plastic parts melt faster, but like they break down faster because they're just softer than metallic parts. But yeah, they don't necessarily fit back together as nicely. Oh, that's interesting, Bunny. Thank you for letting me know. Because like I haven't encountered the hype button yet, and there's apparently a leaderboard somewhere. Apparently it's a big new upcoming thing, and I just know that YouTube gets real excited if people engage with its features, and so I try to do that. And I'm already not doing shorts, and I'm already trying to turn off foreign language dubs because I don't think they're a good fit. Not because I'm trying to like limit the reach of anything, but almost exclusively because I'm pretty sure they're getting the technical terminology wrong, which is taking the value away from the videos. You did that to one of mine. You don't remember which one. Yeah, excellent. Okay, cool. So a couple of you have encountered this button. It's weird because, like, as a creator, I'm told that it's a thing, and I have an international audience, you guys, and so it's been rolled out to some of you. But I still haven't seen it yet because I'm in Australia, and we're always, like, one of the last, or it feels like we're the last. We're probably, like, second. We don't get it straight away, and so I didn't snap eyes in. We will adapt. Yeah, it's always just one of those things of, like, oh... Whoops. No, not oh whoops. The oh whoops is about the snapping of the eyes. Where is me white? I know I have white here somewhere. Is that cream or white? Alright, I'm about to make a mess. I know you guys will forgive me for it. My box of yarn has gotten very frazzled. It needs a bit of sorting again. But the white is normally right on top. Oh, that's cream. Sorry, I'm stuck on a thought and we can't proceed in any shape or form until I find my white yarn now. Can't finish the thought. Can't accomplish anything. I can see you. Where are you attached? No, you're orange. We're nearly there. There's not that many in this container. Well, I mean, there is. There's anywhere up to 50 in this container. Oh, after all that, I was digging through for a strand of cream. It's annoying because I know I have like 50 balls of white directly behind me, but I know I grabbed the black and white and brought it over here before I started streaming today. I don't really want to mess with what's in the background. Okay, it's fine. I will just get over it and it'll be fine. Are you another wild goose? Hey, I didn't know you were in there. You shouldn't be in there. This is a very weird. I'm gonna go grab some white. I'm sorry, I apparently can't get over it. This is fine. This is fine. Like, where did it go though? Like, it just... gone. I guess I'm opening a new ball of white, which was fine. I went and bought like 5 the other day for secret reasons. I'm not good at having secrets, as you might be able to tell from how much I'm talking about my secrets. These are the raspberry ones I was talking about, by the way. Alrighty. Reset, refocus. No one panicking. You'll know better than to panic. I'm not missing. I was talking the whole time. Audio contact was maintained. Okay. The white is missing. I bet it's out there on my other desk. Is the hype button thing a premium only thing? I don't know. You go down to the comments and swipe left and it's there. Oh, maybe it's a mobile only thing. That would explain why I haven't seen it. Okay, cool. Alright, good, good. I'm already discovering new information here because I don't watch YouTube on my phone. I only watch it on my browser. And apparently, people who watch on like PCs, computers, are less and less of a thing now. Everybody's watching on their TVs. According to a whole bunch of rhetoric that's going on. You'll have no idea some of the conversations that go on in these YouTube community areas. Have I used the I Love This Yarn from Hobby Lobby? No, I have not. I've literally, over the last 5 years, unless I've specifically stated otherwise in a video, I have used pretty much exclusively the 4 Seasons Marvel. Because that's what's available here. I don't even think we have Hobby Lobbies over here. I have heard that the yarn I use is a pretty good dupe, or it has a pretty good dupe in Red Heart's Super Saver. And I started using this yarn because I could get it for like $2 a ball when it went on sale, and I am cheap. I am cheap. I am cheap. I want things cheap. I am not interested in paying more than $2 to $3 for a ball of yarn. These days it's closer to $3 just because of the way of the world. I love me a bargain, and I ain't paying shipping for yarn. No, I mean, honestly, realistically, at this point, I probably could have gone out and found a yarn sponsor, but I just really don't like working for other people. Nope, nope, those need to be closer to the newt. Closer. Closer and to the down. Ah, don't fall. You might be a candidate for stitched eyes, so I won't snap these in just yet. The other one will go there just to help keep me even. We'll pin you. Super soft for cheap yarn. Oh, excellent. Admittedly, I've grown so accustomed to the gentle scratch that is acrylic that cotton feels ridiculously mushy soft to me now, which, don't get me wrong, is a luxurious feeling, but I feel like it doesn't hold its shape as nicely as the scratchier ones. And like past a certain point you stop noticing it. Oh, there are pics of the knife. And the stream thread on Discord. I'm scrolling for that. I want to see. I want to see. Show me the knife. That looks really cool. It does look sharp. It definitely looks sharp. I won't take it as an implicit threat. This is the only time when just posting random pictures of knives is okay. Oh, the etchings come out perfectly. Look at how pretty that is. Oh, sorry, that's not etching. That's but like the layers of the metal, the little wibbly wobblies. Very nice indeed. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. And Andy, as I'm scrolling, I have spotted your octillery, and you've done a very good job. I'm scrolling back up to my reference images. Oh, he's happy! And he's serving us food, and he's bopping, and he's hiding in jars. See, this is what I mean. It's like, scrolling back through after a stream, it's great. I get greeted with like the adventures that my Pokemon go on after they're made. And with Pichu, it was just him sitting there smacking his booty. You might have to scroll all the way back up for that to make any sense, but I'm not making it up. He was just sitting there smacking. I don't remember the last time we turned our television on. It might be over a year. But it sits there, loyally waiting, next to our DVD collection. 128 layers. 128 layers of, like, things to that knife. That's a lot. That's a lot. Oh, the I Love This Yarn is 100% acrylic. That's cool. I mean, it's still an international yarn, so not really an option, but, like, cool. I like knowing what other people are using in case I ever end up completely displaced. And also, sometimes I get the question, which is just helpful. It's helpful to know. But I can't really, like, suggest it as a yarn if I haven't used it. I didn't write down that eyelid at all. We just kind of went for it. Oh my goodness. I haven't written down hardly anything. Oh no. When did I... How many... Oh no. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 14. There's 14-ish rows from there backwards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13. I might stop there. And then we have eyes, which are a magic ring of 6. Eyelid. We're pulling this back under control. Chain 4, turn 3 singles. That's it. I've got it all written down again. I was just way too far in my own thoughts. Yeah, subbing to streaming services is a thing. The TV was mainly used for watching, like, literally our DVD collection. We have quite a large one between us. But I did pay for a year of Paramount earlier this year. I spend so much time in my craft room, and my PC in here no longer has a disk drive because that's just not a thing. And while I got a detachable one, it's kind of annoying to interact with. And so I just needed something that had, like, thousands of hours of content I can put on as background noise, so I'm not going completely batty in here. And that was good. I'm not specifically suggesting it for other people, but I got my value's worth out of it. I'm still getting my value's worth out of it. But yeah, no Netflix, no Disney Plus, none of that stuff. We got Paramount, and then when that expires after its year, I'll get a year of something else and use that to slot into the space. Honestly, audiobooks are probably better, but even then I mooch off Mr. Bones' account. Bunny hates Red Heart? Oh, okay. I'm jealous of how many options you guys have. Because, like, over here my options are pretty much, this is a carnival skein. Skein? I used to just call it all balls of wool until I got on the internet and I was soundly corrected. The carnival comes in tubes, and it normally has a really easy, like, pull to start in the middle, though for some reason I've not decided to use it on this particular one. Their yarn is pretty good, but it's from, like, our Big W type of place, but the colours are a little on the limited side. I think there's only like 15, 20 colours, and it's now at the point where it's like $5 or $6 for one. Whereas, like, the Marvel still goes on, like, buy one, get one, and 30% off 3 to 4 times a year. And there's 50-ish colours. They oscillate a little bit between what's available, but I just need the variety of colours. I mean, you've seen what's behind me. Yes, listen to DCC. That is what you should all be doing. That is Dungeon Crawler Carl. Everybody listen to the Carl. There's a graphic novel coming out telling Florin's story, and it's canon, and I'm very excited about it, because I don't know if, like, he's an Australian displaced to Africa, or if their accent is just non-specific. But, like, I always got a distinctly Australian vibe from the guy, and his story is a very tragic one. I don't know if it's the story before the dungeon or his story through the dungeon on the early floors, but, like, we obviously have some pretty massive spoilers as to some of the major things that happened to him, which are really awful, but like still going to be a compelling story. Hi, honey! Okay, so current name list that we have on the works is Bugle, Newt Newt, Hydrant, and I'm going to say it wrong. I'm panicking. It's like calamari, but spelt like calamari. Yeah, the ball is New Zealand Aussie terminology. So yeah, see, I didn't have the confidence to defend myself earlier on, like when I first started talking about it, and so I just stopped saying ball. That's the internet's full of a lot of really crabby people, gotta tell you. Octo-Rock? I don't get the joke. Somebody needs to tell me what the Octo-Rock thing is. I'll put it on my list for now. Honestly, you're kind of shocked we aren't spoiled for choice in Australia because you did used to have the massive sheep herds down there. Honestly, we might have really nice quality natural fiber stuff, but y'all, if I even go anywhere near sheep wool, my hands swell up to twice the size. I can't use animal fibers at all. I'm stuck with either plant-based or acrylic. Which is fine. Tends to be cheaper anyway. Octo-Rock is from the Legend of Zelda games. I've only played Link's Awakening. And I've played that many, many times. Had it on my old Game Boy. Oh, yep, we're saving Newt Newt for a penguin. Bye-bye, Newt Newt. Okay, we've got even less now. No, it's fine. It's fine. It honestly took me an alarming amount of time to work it out. Okay, so you know the original pumpkin spider pattern video? He's made with sheep wool. Because I accidentally bought sheep wool. I'm just like, oh, it's a nice colour. It won't matter. It mattered. It was right around that video that I realised, oh, I shouldn't use this stuff anymore. That said, I do believe that there are some people over here now. There's one creator I'm thinking of who, that you know me and names. I'm sorry, folks. I would name him if I could. He's an Aussie dude. He's in the crochet space. His stuff is cute. He's released his own yarn. But it's to replace like the bigger, thick, fluffy stuff. Because for a while there, we didn't have any of that. But it's also just not stuff I use, and so it's not really super on my radar. You want to give this guy a doctorate? I think that's a bit much. You haven't even met him yet. So, in reference to the people trying to name this guy Dr. Otto, not about the guy I was talking about in the crochet space before. Y'all, there are worse things. And I grew up with so many allergies, though admittedly most of them were probably just... Anyway, let's not go into it. I grew up with allergies to so many things that it just water off a duck's back to be like, oh yeah, okay, cool, can't handle animal fibers, next. Didn't even bat an eyelid. Okay, speaking of eyelids that aren't being battered, these are his unbattered eyelids. I may be swapping his pupils out for just like little black lines, because currently he's looking extremely cranky. But now we need to make his little like body pedestal, and I am toying with the idea of attaching the legs as we go. Now, in order to do that, they will end up shorter and stumpier. A lot shorter and stumpier, and I don't know if I can do it at this scale. I could just create the tubes and then stitch them into the round. But even if this was just like 4 around, which is already very, very small, which it wouldn't be, it'd be 3 and 3 and 3 and 3. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25, 26. Then at least 2 in the middle, 27, 28. So he has to be at least 28, possibly even 30 stitches around, which is on the round side if I want to do it that way. I mean, the other option is I just make tentacles and sew them on. I'm just going to stitch up a tentacle and we'll gauge from there. Yes, there we are. It is. That is who I'm thinking of. Zach from Crochet Zaddy. Apparently he's New Zealander, but I've been claiming him as an Australian, which is just a very Australian thing to do. Sorry, we tend to claim New Zealand as part of us. It's just not in terms of like a conquering land kind of way, but more in a, like a anything good that comes out of New Zealand. It's Australian. Why not? 1, 2, 3, 4. But yeah, Crochet Zaddy sounds right. Just put out a bunch of yarn, or maybe not even just. At some point over the last 10 years, he's put out his own yarn brand, and it's cool to see like variety entering crochet spaces, even if it's not my kind of yarn. I mean, we do. What's wrong? Okay, the New Zealanders have a problem with this. You know, Jazza tried to do rug tufting with yarn. Yeah, don't get me wrong, love Jazza's stuff. Watched a whole lot of it over the years. Will never get over his crocheting video. I don't think I can untrigger myself from it. So I now, whenever I see him working with fiber crafts, I just stay away. It's like, no! I've completely forgotten how to spell tentacle. There we go. Oh, I forgot to do yellow spots on the hair. I guess we're just embroidering spots. It's fine. Y'all, I'm a wee bit scattered. You've given in and will be hauling out your sewing machine? Good! I support this. Humans invented tools for a reason. Jazza has tried crocheting. I don't know if the video is still available, but don't get me wrong, he did his best. But that was not a video to watch for fun and leisure for me personally. I like watching that dude draw. Like, he is good energy, he's a good vibe, and I like watching him draw, and I like watching him color in. He does a lot of other stuff, and that's good, because variety helps break up the cycle of the same video every week, if that makes sense. As in, like, from a maker's perspective. It's like when you see me do it like a massive mix of different types of video. That's not for the algorithm. If anything, the algorithm hates me for that. But it's to help me stay engaged, because, you know, the average lifespan of a YouTube channel is 5 years, and we're over 5 years now. Only just, by like a couple of months, but we're over 5 years, so hypothetically, like, we've reached our use-by date, but I'm still good. I'm still good if you are. It was a while ago now. It's not a problem. What, the New Zealand thing's not a problem, you're just confirming the statement. Well, that's good. I'm glad that you're okay with it, because it's meant as an expression of love. It's like, said the same way I would say, like, I don't know, loudly decry a cool thing a sibling has done. Like, oh, that, yeah, my sister was in that. Isn't that wicked? Or, yeah, no, my brother did that. That's cool. Yeah, Jazza did crochet, but his YouTube video is apparently called Can I Knit instead of crochet, and that wasn't even what triggered me. It was just like, it's hard to watch. I also saw the Try Guys try crocheting at one point. That's because I think that every so often crochet becomes like very trendy, which is lovely. It's lovely for all of us. More people in the community is only good for the community. But it means that if it starts trending, everybody tries to kind of hop on that trend a little bit, and I don't blame them. We're all trend hoppers, are all over the place. And what it means is that crochet isn't something that can just like be picked up as a trend and done at a masterful level overnight. I feel like people can do a pretty decent job straight away, but that's not the nature of video production. It's I feel like there is plenty of things out there, and I'm not going to name anything specific because I think it's different for different people. There's things out there that I could pick up, follow the instructions to a T, and produce an excellent result. There are plenty of things out there that I could pick it up, and even with all the instructions and experts in the world, I could never be able to produce. And I feel like crochet tends to fall into that bucket for most people. It's just like, even if you follow the instructions exactly, it's an art form, not to craft necessarily. You gotta get that muscle memory. Watching Rhett and Link try to crochet hurt you. Exactly. It's a little bit painful because you just want to help them. You just want to help them. You want to wrap them up in a good cozy little blanket and tell them everything's going to be fine and tell them it's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be hard. You're fine. You're doing great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, I'm 6 around. Don't remember when I got there. It's a good little tentacle though. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, apparently I've only been there for 1 row. Go team. Huh? Oh, I know what happened. There we go. That was increase and then 3. That was 5. And then increase and then 4. Leaving us at 6, and we'll do 6 around and that'll be the tentacle. Yeah, exactly. I think that there is this distorted perception that, particularly because like it's not a social media thing. Social media is great for discovering new things to try, but the people who are putting things out on social media tend to be kind of good at them. And so I feel like you get a distorted perception of what it is to learn something. And it's like, I joke frequently, but I'm only half joking, just like, oh, I tried it once and I was really bad at it, so I hated it and so I never did it again. Like I have things like that. It's also why I prefer not to follow instructions when I'm trying different things in different videos. Like I try not to like look up how other people have done things, not because I don't think it would improve the end result, but just because it sets an expectation for me that my end result is going to turn out a certain way. And if I start out with no expectations and I'm just sort of like working it out, then I'm still getting so much from the experience, even if it turns out looking a little bad. And if I crash out in the process, well, that's just good content. Scan Spider having her sisters try crochet was amazing. Awesome. I don't think that's going to be an option for me. Posted the first round of etching on stream Discord. Oh yes, yes. I would like to see. I'm fascinated at what you're working on right now. Oh, bobby pin. Thank you. Thank you to Zenaris von Schlottenstein for tracking my bobby pin for me. I'm looking at a knife video. Oh, it's so pretty. It's just like the art of making something that like a knife feels so solid and so permanent. That's really cool to me because all of my art forms are kind of squishy and you don't really want them to get wet, which gives them like a feeling of impermanence, even if they are relatively stable. If my cupboards are stuffed with them, so I know that they don't just disappear. But that's really cool. I gotta go back up to my auxiliary reference images, but it's cool. Your teens know how to crochet, but they don't do it all the time. Yeah, well, I think that's perfectly normal. I tried to teach myself at 18. I mean, I chained with my nanas growing up, but like, that was just a chain stitch. I tried to teach myself at about 18 or 19 and hated it. Picked it up again at 22, 23. And it kind of, like I wasn't good at it at first, but I had nothing better to do. So it was very good for me at the time. And just like, yeah, I picked it up and put it down a lot over the years. And like, don't get me wrong, I've been doing it pretty solidly for the last 5 years, but I've been financially incentivized to do so. And also, it's just like, yeah, it's become my medium. It's become my craft. I don't think I was particularly talented at it. I still don't. But I do think that I've put in my 10,000 hours at this point, and that makes a big difference. So, like, talent to me is more of like an ephemeral, like, instinctive knack for it. I don't think I have that. Coletti Spaghetti, don't feel bad about that. I've tried to teach like one person how to crochet. I've been in the vicinity of other people who've been learning to crochet, but I tried to actively teach one person to crochet, and it definitely didn't stick. That person no longer speaks to me. I laugh as though it's not a horribly sad part of my life. She retaught you a year ago and you joined and yeah, sometimes it's just like you got to learn it a couple of times and then it'll stick. Taught a couple of friends how to crochet, so you know you can. I just don't know how actually offering lessons would work. Yeah, that's true. Particularly as, unless you're literally like sitting directly behind them, ghost style, with your head on their shoulder, they're going to be seeing things from a different angle to you. And it also depends on how they process information. Some people are learn by doing, some people want to like watch lots of examples, some people want to like learn the theory. Some people will only ever learn it if they're also on a treadmill at the same time and given a different puzzle to solve mentally and listening to music and watching a movie. And then they have the capacity. They've shut down all of the other areas of their brain with enough stimulation, and then they can focus and learn. Oh no, I appreciate that, like, me sitting here going, oh, I'm not talented, sounds like I'm like fishing for something, but I'm not, because like I consider talent to be something like, I don't know, something you have, whether you do something with it or not. And this has been very much a painfully learned and enjoyably learned process where I have a fascination with it. I don't have a talent for it. I have a fascination with it which has made me interested in understanding how it all works and learning how to understand how it works. And once I understand something, I'm usually able to like break it down into language other people can like climb up the ladder behind me. So like I'm not over here like saying, oh no, I suck at this. That's not what I'm doing. I guess I'm trying to describe the difference between what I consider to be talent and what I consider to be like, no, I was fascinated by it, and so I've obsessed over it and studied it and practiced it for years and years and years and years and years. And a lot of what I do is, like, when I'm trying to design new shapes, a lot of them aren't new shapes anymore. There are Frankensteins of old shapes or stuff that I've done a bunch of times. And so, yeah, there's a difference between that and just having like a spark of the divine, as it were. Talent and skill. Yeah, there we go. I would say I have a learned skill. I would say that I've put a lot of time into trying to master said skill. I think master is a journey, not a goal. I am in the process of it. But I would also say that, like, yeah, I was bad when I started. Terrible, even. But I was fascinated with the fact that little stitches could be built into different shapes. And I wanted to keep pushing that further and further and further. And I will probably keep doing that. Oh, Loot, I didn't feel like it was a dig. You were fine. I just wanted to, like, be clear. Because, like, I wasn't, like, begging for compliments or anything like that. Because sometimes it can sound like but like, I was just trying to be like, yeah, that's how I feel about it. I agree. Your average crocheter can't just freehand a new pattern that other people can then make. I fully agree with that. But then other people are obsessed with different parts of the process. For me, the building and the designing is the fascinating part of it, and how 2 stitches here can be completely different to if I move the 2 stitches over there. And that's all of the interesting bit. That's the goodies. The 50 rounds of 30 single crochet is not the goodies. That's the necessary vegetables. Even the finished items are kind of inconvenient. But I come up with a new shape and I want to solve the puzzle of how to make that new shape. And so, like, yeah, I've maybe hyper-focused a little bit much over the years, but it has given me a very specific set of skills. They're no good if like, my hypothetical daughter gets taken, but they're useful if I have a bunch of string and I want it to be in the shape of an octopus. I agree with that. I think Angry Bear Ironworks. I think that I respect skills more if people have worked for them, but that I can still, like, admire the outcome either way. Like, some people are just naturally talented painters, and some people work for it and get there by themselves. And those are 2 different types of people, and both works are beautiful and can hang on the wall side by side. Oh, it's a bit rough. The message has gotten split, Bunny Badger, so all I can see is that part frustrates and confuses me, and I don't know which part you're talking about. Your grandma crochet looms are still in storage, but once you get your own house, you can use the looms again to make hats. Maybe donate some hats to children's homes. See, that's lovely. That's such a lovely thought. Refined and uncommon skill. Yeah, I fixated on something. I've been lucky enough that what I fixated on, I also had enough gathered over the years, because like I've done like a bunch of different stuff over my lifetime, but like over the years I'd gathered enough skills to package my fixation into a form that other people are interested in, which has allowed me to fixate even more on my fixation. But yeah, what was really funny is that I spent a good 10 years of my life laughing at my arts degree. Being like, oh yeah, well, never used that, and now it's really annoying that I use my arts degree. My apocalypse skill is blanket making, or at least comfort octopi plush. Yeah, well, I mean, I can also make clothing. I don't enjoy it, but I can do it. It's easy enough, because like, if you think about it, it's all just shapes, right? It's a three-dimensional shape. It's just you are the stuffing. It's like I have tried it a couple of years. I just don't enjoy how long it takes to do any of it. Whereas like in an apocalypse setting, I like to think I'd be able to prioritize. No, it's cold over, yeah, but it's boring. Yeah, the arts degree came back with an absolute vengeance. It got the last laugh. Excuse me, I'm going to have a drink. Night, Nora. I'm glad that you got your backpack cover done as well, Devil in the Details, but I'm also really glad that we haven't had to talk about it. I have a degree that they stopped like giving 1 year out from my graduation. So we were the last year to go through to get it, and they restructured it into a bunch of different other stuff. It is from Curtin University, and it is a degree in multimedia design, which means that I did units in like 3D animation, 2D animation. 2D animation is what I was really interested in. I took like a unit of website design where I learned HTML and CSS, which is surprisingly helpful. And I took like some like motion graphics, and it gave me like it was the equivalent of like they didn't really teach software skills. It was just very much like focused on it was project based. Like this is the project that we're doing. You should develop it. I don't think I got good quality personally out of the experience, because my approach to it wasn't. There was value there if you came in with the right mindset, and I don't know that I did, because I don't think I really understood the choice I was making when I picked it. And then I very quickly realized that I was never going to be someone who could stand in front of a group of people and pitch my idea and convince them to let me do it and like network in that way. I know I'm saying this on stream as I sit here just talking in front of a group of people, pitching my ideas and performing. Performing arts was nowhere on my roster. Yeah, but I very quickly realized I didn't have that, and I was in a group of people that was so talented, and they had what I considered to be like the divine art, like spark of inspiration, where they just seemed to get something I didn't get. And they were producing work that was incredible, and a lot of them have gone on to do incredible things. So I went into selling roofing materials after that, and then I was in a call center, and then I was an admin assistant for a bit, and then I found that I liked solving data problems, and I was pretty good at coding, and I became a business intelligence person, and then now I'm a YouTuber. So there, that's my life in a nutshell. I've made 3 of these that I don't want to make anymore. Can I stop? Thanks. All right, I'm gonna make the body. Bumpy, it's not a bad idea to go back if you know what you need to get from the experience, because like there is something to be said about developing your work, but I'd say that I've worked, I don't know, there's 2 different paths really. Like going to a school for something can be incredibly valuable if you know exactly what you're trying to get out of the experience, and so you can seek it out for yourself, whether that's in the courses you choose to take, the teachers you choose to engage with, and how you choose to engage with the projects there. If you have specific goals, there is value to be had there. If 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but there's also plenty of reasons to not go to an art school. And to do it again, that's why it frustrates me, because in general, I would say with the resources available out there in the world, I don't know if I would choose to go to uni again. But I also have to now acknowledge the fact that uni was fundamental in me having a ground, in me thinking that YouTube was even a possibility. It was responsible for the planting of the initial seed of, hey, they can get silver play buttons. That's cool. I want one of those at some point. And then I put that on the shelf for 10 years and I pulled it back out when it was convenient to go after it. So like, I have to acknowledge all of that while also thinking that there are many different paths you can take. Try to know where you're trying to go, and it will help you pick the right one. Because yeah, while it was true that it used to be really easy to find anything you could want on the internet, these days it's getting harder. The internet's getting messier and messier. Like knowing where to look, I mean. Because even just trying to look up a lot of stuff these days, you get served 3 pages of sponsored results asking you to pay for something, and then you click to the 4th page and there it is for free. Not enough of that. A hard time coming up with something new too. There's so much out there on how do you make something so many people have made and make a new one that's different. Yeah. I have to be careful with that, because like I have a frog pattern. I have several frog patterns out there in the world. A frog isn't a new source of inspiration because they're lovely little fellows. And so like everybody's done a frog. I try not to even start designing something unless I can bring something new to the shaping or to the conversation about it. And by conversation, I just mean approach design-wise, or character to it, or pose, or something. It's just like, I am not interested in walking where others have stepped. Don't want to be a professional artist. I just want to make stuff. Sticking with doing one-off classes suits me at the moment. Well, yeah, and if all that's doing, and I'm not saying that this is the case, but if all that's doing is giving you a reason to get out your art supplies every week, month, whatever, that's value. That's value. And if that's what you're getting out, that's what you're wanting from it, and that's what you're getting out of it, why am I making a tentacle? All right, you guys distracted me. I wasn't going to make a tentacle. Then that's good. That's you getting quality out of it. Yeah, and sometimes the classroom environment is also very good as well. It can be a very inspiring place. And the other side of the coin is, if you don't need that motivation to get your stuff out every week, then there's no reason to pay for a class for it unless you need something else from it. You know, there's plenty of stuff to be gained across the way. Local unis have dropped a lot of their textile-related courses. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, you're back at uni having finally worked out your career path. Can't learn it on the internet because you actually need the degree to be able to legally work as a speech pathologist. Hey, that's cool. I went to high school and then lived with, for a little bit, somebody who was training to become a speech pathologist. I don't know if that's where she actually ended up. But yeah, no, that's very cool and absolutely valid. Like, don't get me wrong, tertiary higher education is absolutely a valid path in a lot of different situations. It's just also, I am from a group of people who were kind of told uni or nothing, like uni or you're a loser. Uni is just college, just to transcend international borders there. And I just don't think that's true. I think it's about where you're trying to go and what you're trying to be. And if you need that stuff, yes, okay, uni's the answer. But if you don't need that stuff, you also probably don't need to pay $50,000 to get stuff that you don't need. Depends on where you're trying to go. But also I think it's crazy that we're having 17 and 18-year-olds make these massive decisions for the rest of their life. And I say that as somebody who was a 17 or 18-year-old making these decisions for the rest of their life. And like I picked a course that I thought sounded fun. It didn't even connect with me that I was trying to pick something that would give me skills to survive. But then, admittedly, I worked a gap year and I worked 3 different jobs to earn the money to go and do the art degree. So, like, I obviously got something about life, but yeah. I don't know. It's probably a boring subject. I'm just rambling at this point. I'm going to make the body for sure this time, because like last time you all distracted me at a crucial moment and I ended up making another tentacle. Yeah, see, apprenticeships. Apprenticeships, great. TAFE courses, fantastic. I have a diploma and a certification from like online places for various things. Yeah. You were forced to pause your degree, which was obnoxious, but you needed the pause. You were dead set focused on one job and zooming through your degree, and you'll get more out of those 2 classes now. Oh, awesome. See, perfect. Yeah, it's all just about knowing where you're trying to go, and then if one of the steps is higher education, fantastic. Full support behind you, no matter how, like, your age or whatever. Like, you're never too old to go back. TAFE equals trade school. There we go. Thank you. Thank you, honey. They tend to focus more on like on the job learning and hard skills. Went to school, got your mounted debt, and didn't even complete your degree. Ran out of funding 1 year before the graduation. Oh, J of all trades. That's rough. Unfortunately, I feel like that's a lot of people's story. Or coming out the other side and there not being any jobs. This is a very bleak subject. Let's just collectively decide to... Oh, threw my pen. Great. I'm going to use another one. Let's talk about something else. Names. I still only have 3, and I know you guys have suggested more than 3, and so the failing is with me. Oh, no, I have 4. I have Bugle, Hydrant, Calamari, and Octorock. Stress streams about homework assignments. Just wait until you start having stress streams about crochet projects. Octavian. Oh, that's fun. I actually like that. Octavian. I'm trying to go up to 18, but I'm not counting very well. Y'all, we've only been streaming for 3 hours and we're nearly at the end of our 2nd Pokemon. I might have to take on a 3rd one today. Let me just try and remember who else is on the board. Alright, I'm gonna pop the mini back up on the screen here for a sec. But what I want to know is, hypothetically, why are you reacting like that? Are we broken? Oh, are we leaning on the keyboard? Yeah, okay. We're leaning on the keyboard. There we are. Hypothetically, I'm just curious as to who you would vote for next while I make this decision. Hot dog? Oh, hot dog is cute. In fact, I specifically remember us talking you guys out of using hot dog for Magby last week because he looked like a little, like, Frankfurt cut up into a little octopus shape. Pick 4. I'm seeing 5. I'm seeing 4 or 5. We've been voting 1 the whole time. I'm seeing a lot of 4. Okay, that's good to know. Thank you. That's all. I will not elaborate further. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Ew, gross. I went one too far. There we go. That's 18 around. That's the widest part of the head. I'm just trying to see if they'll all fit. Because you need 6 at the back and 2 at the front. Honestly, all of these might be too long. Because these are like long enough for the 2 at the front. And the ones at the back could even get away with being one thing shorter. They all still need to fit in the space though. 6. Okay, no, I think 18 is actually probably about right. You desire the pink? You can kick out one of the votes if 1 or 3 is too long. Honestly, all of them are probably too long. It's just 3 seems like a really short stream. That's okay though. I will work that out. That is my job as the captain of this ship. In the meantime, I'm going to continue making this body piece while we ruminate on names. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Hot dog was a funny name, Coletti Spaghetti. But I knew that Octillery was in the mix. I didn't know he was going to be this week, but I knew he was in the mix. And I was like, oh, we're going to be sad if we use that name too soon. I'm going to put hot dog on the list. Hot dog. The hot dog also would have been a really funny name for Growlithe. Streamer's choice for the plot. I don't know which one I'd pick. I like being able to blame you guys in the loosest possible way. I like being able to be like, oh no, look what you picked, look what you did, look what you made us do. While also secretly on the inside going Yeah, he's got 8, but they're in a weird formation. There's 6 at the back and 2 at the front. It's like the mullet of hot dogs. Not mullet of hot dogs, it's the mullet of octopuses. And yeah, I know I've only made 4, but that's because I normally don't do duplicate pieces on stream. But maybe I'll just keep going until he's done, given that we're so ahead of schedule today. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. 6 green and 18 back post. And we're going to do some 18 regular single crochet just to build up our little ledge. We're going to use a bobby pin for this. A mullet of hot dogs and octopuses could be a fantasy novel. It could, but oh my goodness, who is reading that? It'd have to be a satire of all of those like cheap reads that are out there at the moment. Well, yeah, he's business tentacles in the front, party tentacles in the back. And we will not be elaborating on that idea. You have stuff to say about something, too sleepy to type much, so you're gonna lurk. Okay, Andy, that's fair. He could be a hot doctopus. Yep, cool, checked that. It's fine, it's scanned. We could just call him Mullet. I would be fascinated. It would catch my attention. I would like. There's potential there that I would pick it up, but I don't know what a story of that like that could actually even be about. It's like what, one of them has hot dog magic, the other is an octopus. Yeah, no, actually, you know what? This works. No one steal this idea. It's mine. Maybe Fortress has 8 tentacles hidden in the shell. No, we've decided that he has a man's foot hidden in his shell. That's already been determined. Oh, okay, it sounds like it's something that, it's like the nonsense that AI would write. That's fine. On the cover we would put written 100% by a human. That'll convince people. There we go. There we go. There we go. And there we go. Gotta decrease it for a neck. That's alright. What the heck? Taco? Oh, as in like takoyaki? Maybe we could do taco. Can I spell it with a K? Is that alright? Taco. Copyright? Oh, yeah, dang. Putting forth a mullet of hot dogs and octopuses is the name. That is too long for a name. Dances with mullets. Okay, so they would go back there. So if you, this is like doing a half view. So that's 3 of them there, and then we'd have like the one at the front doing what it's got to do. And this will hover here. Good. We're doing But splendid job. I think the ones at the back are going to end up one row shorter, but I'll just frog them back a little bit. And we're going to decrease. Shortened hot dog mullet. I'll think about it. Okay, I need some weights from the eyeball. Give me your eyeball. Forbidden snacks. Sorry, I bumped the camera. I need to refill my eyeball. There you go. It's a very stuffed calamari. I want to have him to have good plonkability. And if this goes here, oh, see, he needs a little more neck than that, so we need to narrow it off a little bit more. But we're doing good. We're doing very good. Hi, Mark. Happy time zone. One, two, three. Come on, thank you. Alright, I have made my decision to be a reasonable adult and not do a third one today, but that is because I have a very, very intense crochet day tomorrow. And I don't want to like overstrain my hands, but that's not to say the stream's going to end. We'll make all of the leftover pieces that we need to make. And I don't think we'll get to the point of sewing it together, but we will make all of our like dupe pieces. Make sure that you guys are getting a really accurate view of what these are going to look like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've just gotten too fast for my own good. Need to find ways to slow me down. We need to introduce a new challenge element. Maybe I need to start doing them blindfolded or one-handed or something. I say that, and then next week I'm going to be able to be like, I'm going to get through one, and it's going to be frustrating, and it'll probably be like for alligator or something. I'll be like, no, I've been humbled. It's like, yeah, we're all full of ourselves today. You made a reversible octopus on one side, and he had a top hat and monocle and a fancy moustache. Yay! Oh, you want to dress him up? I can dress him up. Like, I understand that you probably want him to have like a full proper top hat, but I'm going to do this. The monocle's a little harder. Because his eyeball's already there. How are we doing? Do we need a stick? Yeah. Ta-da! He looks like a concerned little banker. Yes, he's very worried about the state of the economy. He's fancy Octo. Oh, I think we need to go narrower. I think that last row of 12 single crochet was a mistake. I think we need to go littler neck. 5, 6, 7, 8. Should I have decreased more rapidly? Or is the sloop good? Keeping in mind that tentacles will fill up the bottom part of it. I think the sloop is fine. I don't know. I don't know if I think the sloop is fine. 3. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, we have 15 around. I don't think that that's the answer though. I think the answer is 5 repeats of a single crochet and a decrease to like really like this all in. And that'll leave us with 10, which is still reasonable, right? That's reasonable. Not like I'm doing 5 single crochet 3 togethers. That'd be unreasonable. That'd be ridiculous. 2. Oh, I need to go back another row though if I'm doing that. Oh, no I don't. Stop doing things. Ground yourself. I'm grounded. No, that's not how that works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I have 15 stitches around. I am now going to do 5 repeats of a single crochet and a decrease. And that is correct. Happy time zone, Stephanie! You've missed Fortress, and we're doing Octillery. You don't need to be there anymore. Honestly, the 3 is probably overkill. Yeah, shloop. It's definitely got a sh in it. Shloop, shloop, shloop. I tend to mean it, use it to mean a variety of things. Like it can mean like the curve of something is the, like, as in like the slope can become shloop, or I can use it to mean the loops as I sew, as the loop gets sucked in, it's a sucking loop, so it's a shloop. So yeah, it can mean loop or slope, and also sometimes I use it to, I tend to go with bloops and floops for back loops and front loops, but shloop is definitely two things, yeah. A sloop is a single-masted sailing ship. A shloop isn't pure silliness. It's a technical term, and I know that because I'm a skilled technician, and I'm using it. 8, 9, 10. Cool. And we're down to 10, which is far more necky. 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. 5, 6. Pick up sticks. 9, 10. Counting is funny. Counting and spelling and song lyrics, they're all the same like line of thought in my brain. But do you look like you, little friend? I think you look pretty good. You're so cranky. Little cranktopus. I think his head is too big, but I also don't care. So that's where we're at with it. I did go around for 10 single crochet, and I'm going to finish off, and we're going to just leave that end open. It'll give us a nicer join to the bulb of the brain. Thank you. I'm glad you like the face. He's so cranky. He's very angry. Octo-rage. Oh no. Octagon. Sorry. That's not even funny. It's not even funny. It's just saying words. Let's pin this. I keep reaching for Forretress to steal Forretress's pins. I think I'm gonna have to bring in the other tortoise. He looks like he owes a raccoon a lot of money. That's an Animal Crossing reference if I ever saw that. That's why we put weights in the butt. Exactly. Okay, and then he has one here. Because the two at the front are arguably going to be the ones we look at the most. And one here. Good. And he has just like a bunch of them crammed into the back here. And I reckon I do have to make them shorter. They're just, the length of them is bothering me, so let's just frog the final row of 6 on each of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What did we name Forretress? We named Forretress Camouflage, because technically it's not a clam. It just looks like one, so it's camouflage. It looks like one of those hooks you get in bathrooms that look like a drunk octo looking for a fight. I've got a towel. 8,000 toe beans? No. 16 toe beans. We counted. Oh, much better. Mucho better. 2 for front. 1 for back. I'm sure that note will still make sense by the time I'm writing it out. Now, speaking of which, the baby patterns will be up on Patreon probably tonight, but also any patrons, we've had a changing of the guard because we've been going for over 3 hours. Reminder to the patrons that the compiled doc of all the Gen 1 patterns is only going to be available for the next 2 weeks. It's available on Patreon right now. It is a messy document. But they are all there, compiled in one place. Get it while it's hot, because it's going away. Your brain went Mr. Toebean, Jellybean. Aw, Starburst would be a cute little name for the guy. I feel like he's too angry for that. Maybe he's embodying the rage I feel at my inability to purchase and eat Starburst jelly beans. Okay, well that's 2, mate, but you need a whole lot more, don't... Oh, he looks just like... Humph, humph. You need a whole lot more than that, bucko. Oh, Night Devil in the details. I'm glad you got your backpack cover done. Oh, he's got 3 on his head, actually, so that's 19 toe beans. But the ones on his head don't count as toe beans, they're head beans. What about Starbursters in Supernova? I don't think I want to give him that kind of power. Yep, thank you, Andy. I'm on the same page as you regarding that. That said, the time has come to start this name vote, because I am just making additional legs at this point. So let us start a poll. Here we go. So, let's see. Of the names I have received that I enjoyed, I am going to include Bugle. I am going to include Mullet. You know what? We'll call him Hot Dog Mullet. Hot Dog Mullet. There we go. That's all one name. We have... I like Calamari, but I feel like it's one of the ones that only works written, and even then only if you know what you're going for. So I am gonna knock off Calamari. If I have to hesitate before I say it, it can't stay. I'll include Octorock because y'all seem to know what you're talking about. Even if the reference is a little lost on me. And the last one that I will include... Octavian or Taco? Why is he looking up like that in the sprite? I wonder. He's a cannon. He's aimed at something. Final vid is on Discord. Thank you, Angry Bear. I'll look it up afterwards. I like Baratuta. But honestly, there are so many like specific fish ones that would suit that I'm gonna just like move on. Okay, Octavian. Octavian. Ah, that's not how you spell that. That's Vivian. No, now I'm seeing tacos. Y'all, we can have one or the other. Wow. Mr. Bones has a hard job every week. Okay, there we are. The poll is live. It cannot be changed anymore. Octavian the Third. That's my father. You can call me Octavian the Fourth. Octavian Hot Doggington the Third. Y'all, you get one of those a generation. You can't spend it today. It's already too late. Mr. Bones is around. Honey, when you hear this, make a noise. A noise so that they know you're alive. There you go. Proof of life. Some skeleton adjacent noises for your listening pleasure. Did I lock in my Crochetmas plan the other day? It's not locked in. I'm going to wait until you see the video I'm working on now and then ask permission and then decide if I'm going to disregard your opinion. That's the plan so far. Oh, thank you. Piece of candy. You expected a blood-curdling scream? I'm making eye contact with it across the room. Yeah, I made something. Put that down. That might answer. It might speak to some of you, and then you might demand it. And if you demand it, I'm going to make it part of the 12 Days of Crochet theme, which will lock us in, if that makes sense. If you don't demand it, then it's still open. Oh, put it down, please. We're fine. We're fine. Close. I can't. What's because of my shirt, sorry? Oh, sorry, Louie. I'm sorry that I missed it when you said it earlier. Unfortunately, when it's me driving the show, you're going to have to just like forgive me a few misses here and there. It's not scaring me. He's not holding anything scary. It's just like the more I look at them, the more I just want to show you guys. But I'm trying really hard. Like I'm working so hard on this video, and I don't want to spoil it. because we're a few days into the thing. It's a challenge video, and at most I probably have 1, maybe 2 days left of it, and I'm getting to the point where I really want that payoff, but I'm trying to use that to fuel me forwards. And that payoff would be me showing you guys and seeing you react. You're going to go with Mr. Bones dancing? That is always an option. He is very rarely not dancing. And he is getting quite excited and scuttly as Halloween approaches, because now we can't go into any shop anywhere without it turning into a family reunion. Another little tentacle. Might have to squeeze these in a little bit more, and that's okay. Ugh. The pins going in when there's a weight inside is awful. Have I ever taught Mr. Bones how to crochet? No, but he's kind of low-key taught himself a little bit from, honestly, just how much of my content he's watched. I've seen him form some pretty basic stitches, and he can, like, work out basic shapes and tell me how many stitches he would put in each row to make the shape. And then I can then crochet them and show him what they look like, and it's normally exactly what he's expecting. So he's kind of picking up on the fixation part of it without the without the crochet part of it. You were content waiting before, and now you're curious. Look, I am dying. I want to show you guys so badly. But I can't. I can't even ask your opinion on something I really want your opinion on, and that's rough. Like, y'all are my muse. Y'all are my sounding board. And no. Like, it is better for all of us. Like, it'll keep me motivated, and it'll make the payoff sweeter for you guys if there's no spoilers. So I'm going to be strong for both of us. Yeah, see, Mr. Bones is alive. Yeah, and that's true as well. He does understand how to construct things with crochet and not really knowing the individual stitches, and that's fine. Like, you'll see him come in here when I start making various Pokemon and pitch ideas on approaches, and like, they are valid, and sometimes they completely change the approach I'm going to take. And a big part of that is just like, I have spoken about this so much, and he is a very intelligent person, and he has listened. And I'm making tentacles. It looks like you guys have picked Octavian for the name, which is fun. Watch me not engage with any of the 12 days of Crochetmas guesses. See how strong I'm being for both of us? You were trying to lure me, and I will not be lured. What's the saying? You shame me by offering me my greatest wish. I want nothing more than to give in and tell you and show you and celebrate it. But then you also might see it and be like, oh, that was a lot of build up for nothing. It's like, no, we don't want that for Crochetmas. I'm like, okay, cool. That answers that question. You carved a giant crochet staff bunny. Sorry, a giant crochet staff for bunny once with all the crochet symbols spiraling up. But that's amazing. That's so cool. I have a wooden crochet handle that Mr. Bones made for me, and I've still got my wire hook that he bent for me out of a piece of wire. And these are tokens. It's like back in the day, folks used to like carve axe heads for their beloveds, or share shiny pebbles. It's like we speak the crafting language of love. I will make him mittens to keep his big paws warm, and he will bend me hooks out of wire, and we will be happy. A new Pokemon randomizer video. Oh, if you're referring to Soul Silver, I have loosely planned one of those for mid to late October. There's 5 uploads for October, and I don't think most of them will be Halloween themed. I'm going to try and review Skullicorn for it, and I've got this challenge thingy for another one of them, and I want the 151 Pokemon video to be one of them. But yeah, I'm hoping to beat the Elite Four before the end of October, and then the future of that series is still a little up in the air. Because I think that everybody who's clamoring for post-game content would be just as happy if I started a different challenge that gave me a little bit more freedom, like encompassed a few more gens. As I think what's actually being said isn't, we want these characters, it's just, we want this to keep going. Yeah, legs are all that's left. It's because I'm not going to do a third one today. I made that decision to save my hands from up for tomorrow, basically. Your choice would always be 12 days of doing much better. Mr. Bones, I'm not engaging with this subject. Y'all can discuss it to your heart's content. I'm not doing it. Yes, I do need to see pictures of the staff. Anyone who enjoys post-game would also enjoy a new randomizer run. That's what I mean. It's just like, I think, like, I'm trying to interpret the spirit of what's being said, which is just, hey, we're not ready for this whole game and crochet thing to go away. I'm like, cool, I'm on the same page as that. But I don't know if we're getting as much fun out of this particular randomizer anymore because so many have been made. We've overfished that particular well, and those evolution loops are starting to hurt. So... Keyblade Mistress, in general, I think that they're referring to the 12 days of crochet we do every year, which is 12 mini patterns on the first 12 days of December. I think Mr. Bones is referring to his preferred theme for those little creations, which will be locked in very, very soon, because I'm trying to be organised this year, and I would like them all designed by the end of October. That never happens. But a girl can dream. Oh, night, Bunny Badger. Thanks for hanging out. Well, that's the thing. If I started a new one, I would very likely, and honestly, okay, so with the more up-to-date games, I probably, I suppose the evolution component is the fun part of it. I was like, I probably wouldn't even need to randomize it because I'm not as familiar with the games. But 3, 4, 5, 6. I've been toying with the idea of just doing it with being a gen like 5 and 6 instead of including 1, 2, 3, and 4. It means that we'll stop chipping away at gens 3 and 4, but as I've mentioned, I genuinely think we'll be finished gen 2 and 3 just using streams by the end of next year. Yeah, see, that's exactly it, Amy. It's just like these days when I'm playing, when they go to evolve, I no longer feel excited. I feel trepidatious. I feel like, oh no. And it's also really hard to pace the storyline out because I need them to evolve as many times as possible, or I end up with like 4 hours of gameplay where I haven't gotten a single evolution I can make. And it makes it really hard. So, like, there's a number of complications that have sprung up at the end of this, and the Elite Four is such a nice place to end it, and if I miss that turn off, then we're going to have to go until red. And I'm not convinced that there is enough meat left on the bone to keep us going that long. Not for me, but within the game and within the evolution cycles. Oh yeah, his name has been chosen. Let me close this poll off. Oh wow, it's basically a three-way tie on 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So Octavian won with 47% of the vote. Then came Bugle and Octorock tied at 18% each, and Hot Dog Mullet at 17%. So thank you to everyone who voted. Can I pick the gens for the randomizer? Yeah, I randomized it. I'm not going to, before anybody asks, I'm not going to talk about how I do that because I think it violates YouTube's terms of service. But if you Google it, the information is out there. Who will be Octavian Hot Doggington in your heart? Louis, I reserve that right for you. You can do that. In fact, I'm tempted to make that official. Octavian Hot Doggington. So technically if I was going to do two names, his name should be Octavian Bugle Octorock. I think this is the final tentacle. It's the final tentacle, and then we'll do the reveals. Six, 7, 8. So yeah, only a little stream today. So I said my powers have grown too great. I'm so used to the complicated Pokemon that I'm used to them taking like 2 to 3 hours each, and these days we're getting through like one every 1.5 hours, because I would have stopped before I made all 8 tentacles and any other stream. So I might have to factor that in a little bit as we're going through the more like general ones, because I considered these ones to be more complicated, but upon review they were not. Yeah, Octavian's the last one for the night. So we're going to stop after 2. We've done Fortress and we've done Octavian. And I admit, the stream was a little shorter at only 3.5 hours. I'm sorry about that. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. And once around, and this tentacle is done. So today's theme were Pokemon that would be useful in a battle. And so we had the Fortress, we had the Artillery. Who else? Octavian Hot Doggington? Okay. The reveal guesses. I see a Skarmory, a Slowking, and a Sentret. Okay. They're not bad guesses. Yeah, well, this guy had 8 legs, and that fooled me into thinking he was going to be more complex than he was. I will position these legs a little bit more specifically when I actually go to sew them on. But they all need their doots anyway, so it's fine that they're a little off kilter at the moment. But there he is. He's a little bit hairy. But honestly, nailed it. He's spectacular. I am so good at this. Sorry, I'm going to stop that. That's such... Cut that out. And he'll have his little head dotties, which will be embroidered on, and he'll be fancy. And then there's Fortress, who's looking a little naked. He's looking kind of like the head of a sheep. Demonic sheep. Here we are. They can be cuddled. Alright, so, boop. Boop him. Boop. He's been booped. Alrighty, let's do the reveals. Open this up. Let's not do it in the mini. Let's do it in the maxi. There we go. Okay, so I know that there was a lot of love for door number 1. I'm really relieved you guys didn't pick it, because I still don't know how I would have approached these wings. But it was Skarmory. You need a Skarmory when you go into battle. Door number 5 was Sentret, because he's a sentry. Also useful in battle type situations. Your affection for the Mon has tripled because of the stream. I love that. I love it when the Carnivine effect kicks in. Because I've never given 2 thoughts to Octillery, but look at him. He's just an angry little hot dog. And door number 4, I think some of you picked this pretty early on. It's Miltank. The nipples. We almost freed them, but that's okay. We didn't. So Miltank will have to lurk another day. There's so many themes that Miltank works for. But yeah, that is going to be it for today. So let me just minimize this on down. Oh, actually, let's just swap the screens it's on so that we leave it on the screen so people can get their closure. That's not the right button. There we go. Cool. We are up to 36% done with Gen 2. See? We're ticking it up pretty quickly. The weird part of the stream on the way out. I'm actually glad we didn't get 4 either. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's like I didn't think you guys really want it, but it's going to be fun the more often she turns up. Enough of this M&J TV for the milk tank thing. Okay, so we made What was his name? Octavius Hot Doggington. He's quite a sturdy fellow because of those weights I put in him. He flops. He plops. Plop, plop, plops. And we have Foratrus, who's looking a little sheepish at the moment, but once we put the bottom shell on, it'll be good. So he's going to get a little bit of a glow up before next week, and his name was Camouflage, which is great. So yeah, that's what we're going to leave it for today. Happy time zone, everybody. I hope you have fun. Hope you have a fun time. I'll see you guys next week. We're making dumpling dragons this week on the channel. Don't have them around me, but they're cute. You'll want to see them. Complicated knots on Thursday. Enjoy. Dang it, where's the button? You can see the ones from last week again. You got me while I was still playing around with the sprite. So here's Smoochum, Raspberry. Then there was Pichu, who we named Pip. And finally, where'd you go? Magby, who we named Quackadoodle. So they're the babies from last week, and also last week we finished Gyarados, who doesn't fit under the camera. So, Gyarados. There we go. I'm actually going again now. Bye.